How's everybody doing on this Sunday? Waiting for the other screen to come up on YouTube. See how long it takes. We got a special show tonight. Wow, it's taking that long for the other show to come on the screen. And that's pretty long. Oh, there it is. All right, I am muted, so I'm good on there. So we got a lot to talk about, and I will have a special guest. So let's get this nice, beautiful intro over.
Thundercats!
What's going on? What's going on? If you've seen the title, it is my opinion. Epic Nations Collectibles continues. That's right, it continues. This does not stop because you know why? He doesn't stop. Because he was interviewed on Beyond Wednesday's channel. If you guys didn't see the interview, they interviewed him, and then they just had another show yesterday where they invited Sub-Zero, is one of the people that actually was associated with him business-wise, and they had him on the show. So I have Sub-Zero coming on my show also to talk about. So before that, let's see who's in the chat. My man Las Cruces 1971 says, woohoo! Okay, Father, my man from Pennsylvania says, what's up, BLC? Says hello from New Mexico. Hello from Pennsylvania. My man Otto's here. What's up, Pete? What's going on? The cat will speak the truth. Well, listen, guys. What I want to do here is bring out the information based on what you guys hear. All right, what you guys hear, you determine on your own. I'm not gonna make up your mind. All I'm gonna do is show you what he says and stuff like that, and you determine what you think. So Big Lion Hit Epic will not be hanging out anytime soon. Hell no, never will. And you never know what the cat might do. Woohoo, what's going on? Yes, sir, what's going on? If you guys didn't see 3 Man in the Basement, Otto finally went to MegaCon for the first time. Go watch that video, it's great. We're kind of tied because I went to MegaCon a couple of years ago for the first time. So we're tied 1-1 for that con. So hopefully we'll go to con at the same time. That'd be great. So guys, I have to say this in the beginning of the video so there's no misunderstanding. Okay, this video is not to be bullying Epic. It is not to get ratings. It is not to be threatening him and stuff like that. It is just to get the info out to the public. That is it. It's basically simple. It is not to start drama because that's what he says about anybody that talks about him. Okay, he says other things that's not true. So I'm just making it permanent statement in the beginning of this video. It is not to make drama. It's to get info out there. And this is what we do on YouTube. No matter if it's good news, bad news, whatever the case may be. Okay, people talk about the good stuff, where the con's going to be, what's the sale, blah, blah, blah. We get the information out there. Same thing with the bad news. If somebody gets ripped off or LCS get broken into, we pass the information out there. It's all we do. It's not bullying and it's not drama. People need to know. That's what the bottom line is, and that's what we're going to get down. Now, if you guys didn't know, I just did a video on him not that long ago. Okay, probably like a week. All right. I was on there doing that video for 3 hours. I did 3 hours show, and I still had more information to go over. And I just got too tired of 3 hours worth of stuff. And imagine there was more information to go over on this person. Okay. So you just can imagine the stuff that's been going on. And his problem is he doesn't learn to keep his mouth shut, to let this die. He just makes it worse by, opening his mouth. And you have to hear what comes out of mouth. Now, here's the good thing. All right. Now, anybody who had dealt with him, Sub-Zero's coming on. I asked Nemesis Prime to come on. But I guess, he doesn't want to. He's welcome to come on if he wants to. I'm just if any of the people that he mentioned want to come on live, that's fine. That would be Nemesis Prime, Nerdy Girl, Comic Party. That's, was there. Blinky is another one that he mentioned. Any of the people that was involved. So if any of those people want to come live, they are very welcome to come here. Now, I'll even open the doors for him to come on, but guarantee he will not come on here. Okay. He was in the chat on Beyond Wednesday's video, chatting on there. Nonsense. So my girl Victoria is here. What's going on, Victoria? Hi, how's everything? So, technically he's gonna be here, but he's not gonna be here. What I mean by that, we're gonna be going over some videos of him saying what he's saying coming out of his mouth. So technically, we're gonna be listening from what he says, and then we're gonna, think about what he's saying, have Sub-Zero talk about it. We're gonna go over it once again, because it just blew my mind on what he said on Beyond Wednesday's channel yesterday. He actually made like a statement, which just, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, guys were even picking it out when he said it in the chat. He says he could do anything on Whatnot. Whatnot gonna do it. He runs Whatnot. That's a big chip on his shoulder. Okay. It's just incredible. It's incredible. Sub-Zero will be on when he's ready, because I told him that we're gonna start from the beginning. You got to start from the beginning with Epic Nation, so this way you can understand piece by piece what's been going on. Okay. Now, I found a video that he was interviewed over a year ago, before the stealing that he got caught on, him and his co-worker on film when the book got stolen at Queen's Party's little show. Okay. So this interview was before a year ago. Before that, he was already at Whatnot. He was getting big. But I saved the clip of that first interview so you guys can hear and listen to what he says, because this part is like really funny. All right, so let me get the right video, because I got videos all over the place. Give me 1 second. Back to StreamYard. Share screen. Give me 1 second. I think it's this one. Okay. Let me get it up there so you guys see it. Okay. This is Third Shift Comics. Now, these guys were doing a great thing at the time, promoting, interviewing Epic at this time. There was no drama at this time. Epic was doing great on Whatnot. These guys decided to have an interview, so they guys didn't know this person, later. But so they did a great job. They didn't know, so it's all cool with them. Now, as you can see, Epic in the corner there. So this is the beginning of the video. All right, they're gonna ask him how he got into comics, and then listen to what he says, and then I'm gonna tell you a fact what he said wrong in this video. Okay, I see Comics and Cultures in there. It says nice job behind the wheel seat. What's up? Thank you so much. So let's get this going.
The fans a little bit about yourself and what got you into comics.
Okay. So I'm from Trinidad. So I came here on a student visa. So I got accepted to Columbia University.
All right, hold on. Let me stop it right there, guys. So this way you guys understand. Came from Trinidad. College. You heard the word college, Columbia University. Okay. College. All right. So just want to point that out, because it's going to be, that's very important. College, Columbia. If you guys don't know where Columbia University is, it's uptown Manhattan, in Manhattan. That's another key. All right. So let's continue on.
To do electrical.
Nice. Me too.
My brother's a licensed electrical in New York City. So I started doing college and stuff. And basically, I was the only Caribbean dude in my classroom. I was feeling like a unknown guy, like left out, basically, like I wasn't belonging in the classroom, because the teacher and stuff, nobody wasn't showing me the respect I deserve,
Right.
So then it had a comic book shop right opposite the school. That was Royal Collectibles.
Okay, that I'm gonna stop it right there. This is the part that kills me. All right, you heard what he said. He's a college student. He said he went right across the street to Royal's Collectibles. I've been to Royals Collectibles. Okay, I know exactly where Royal Collectibles is. I've been going in for years. All right, Royal Collectible is in Queens on Metropolitan Avenue, and you can ask anybody from Queens, Brooklyn. They know where Royals is. Okay, college is not. There's no college across the street from Royals Collectibles. There is schools, which is a high school, but he said he's in college. So where the hell did he come up with this information? Right off the bat, you smell the bull. You smell the bull right off the bat. I know where Royals is. There's no college. Where the hell is he getting this information from? He's already talking out of his ass. All right. So you could just imagine what's going to keep coming out of this guy's mouth. And this is before the drama. This is before the drama. So this is where everything's going good. It's going good for him right now. But he can't get his story straight. A college across the street from Royals? No, there's no college. There's a high school, but there's no college. I've been there. I've been there. So let's continue a little more.
So during my class, during my lunch break and stuff, I used to go in the comic book shop, and then I feel welcome. Since I walk in the shop, the owner, I feel like I belong here. You know what I'm saying? Then he was like, "Yo, are you into comics?" I was like, "Yeah, I used to see Batman on TV when I was a kid. Ninja Turtles, that's one of my favorite cartoons." So he was like, "Yo, we have a whole stand on Ninja Turtles. Go take a look. It's $1 for one book." So I was like, "Okay." I bought like 5 books, and then from there, it's a wrap, man. After I started reading that Ninja Turtle, I remember the book too. That was TMT #1 reprint. I got hooked. I got hooked in the comics. So like in my lonely place, that used to be my zone. You know what I'm saying? So like when I was studying and I had no friends or anything, comics was my friend. So that's why I really get into comics. I develop a passion, and then I start collecting, and then be.
All right. You heard what he said. Okay. Listen to what he's saying. Try to do the math. He's in college. All right. Lunch break, went across the street. No such thing. Never went in. He goes into the store. He says, "Hey, he sees everything. He talks to the owner, blah, 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 blah." He goes into a dollar box, and then he finds that book. That book. Listen, I've been to Royals. All right. Royals is not going to put an expensive book into a dollar box. And besides, I've been there plenty of times. Show me where the hell the dollar boxes are. All right. Where is he getting this fantasy from? Where? So to me, he sees these comics. This is what happens when you got a shady person trying to hustle, trying to find a way to make money. Walks into a comic book store, maybe not this one, finds out, hey, there's money to be made here. There's money flying around. There's no paperwork. There's handshakes. There's agreements. What better way for a hustler to make money and there's no paper trail? What's up, King of Golden State James? What's happening? Invite Epic out. Listen, Epic wants to come on. There's not a problem, Joe, but he ain't going to come on. He's not going to come up, but I have the second best thing. I have him on screen talking right there. So who needs him? He's already here. You guys could judge for yourself.
Basically, I just started collecting and collecting.
And he just started
and then when I
collecting, guys.
realized,
What's up, Brooklyn born?
selling comics is a nice side hustle. Eventually, so then I started doing a little.
Let me stop that. Came out of his mouth. You heard it. I heard it. What did he say? Hustle. He said hustle. Comic hustle. He saw dollar signs. He saw a way to make some money. Big time. So let's go. And this is coming out of his mouth, guys.
And then
out of his mouth.
Everything just is history from there. I learned, during my comics, I learned about a lot of stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. I learned about CGC, CBCS. I learned about PGX. I learned about everything while I was like collecting and reading and stuff. So I had a lot of people from collectibles who helped me into the comics, so I understand a lot about it. I'm not a collector for years. I just get into comics like 4 years ago. So that's how I developed it. I started learning. I know about Stanley and comics and stuff since I was small, but I was never into it. Because as I said, I was from Trinidad and the Caribbean. I wasn't from the Caribbean. So
Do the math, guys. This video is 1 year old. He said on this video that he started collecting 4 years ago, which is 5 years. It took him 5 years. He blamed everything on Royal, saying that they taught him everything about CGC and all this stuff, this kind of thing, a comic book store, telling a stranger, even if it was a customer, all about the information, everything. I mean, doesn't this sound fishy? Doesn't it sound like a made up story? To me, it does. You know what I'm saying? Where was the last time you go into a store and they teach you everything? They might give you a little information on stuff.
we never had comics and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have, like in Trinidad right now, have no comic book shops and stuff. So when I came here, I learned about the comics and stuff, and then I fall in love with it.
Nice.
That's basically it, bro. Like learning about. Then I started learning about comics. One of my friends told me, like, this is a nice book, Doctor Strange #1. I always was into Doctor Strange. So I just started buying and buying. And then you know how it is. Once you start buying, you can't stop buying.
Yeah, you get that itch, man. You keep scratching.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. I saw that McFarlane Batman right there. I know that's what I saw.
Yeah, McFarlane Batman.
I need that.
So the good thing about it is when I was like 5 years ago, I used to buy all these books for $1, $2. And now 5 years after, these books are like 100% up the value, like one.
Again, you heard what he said. He buying $1, $2 books. Must be key books, because we all know that $1, $2 books go up high, and he found a whole bunch of them. And he's very lucky, a good hunter, or it must have been one hell of a sale, or the comic book store didn't know what the hell they were selling for $1, $2. Does that make any sense to you people on what he just said? It doesn't make no sense to me.
I bought like these books. I bought this.
He's gonna show you some books that he found.
No, this book is unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? So I have so much, and then I decided, you know what? It's a good business too. Like you could buy spec books, wait till it go up, and then you can sell it and buy a dream book. That's how I was able to get my Amazing Fantasy.
Nice.
5 years.
You know what I'm saying? So
5 years he's been doing it.
I
And he
sell
got
comics
Amazing
because it's a
Fantasy.
passion, but I sell books to buy my grades.
To buy his grades.
Exactly, because you need always, like I tell people, and Juice always tells people, let the hobby support itself.
Exactly.
That is true. That is true. But has anybody gone into business like this? And within 5 years had so much money to buy an Amazing Fantasy 15?
So much, especially if you read them.
It's addictive. It's addictive as hell.
Yeah. But at the same time, you gotta know your limits, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're trying to support your habit with your habit, and if you're not selling, but you're continually buying, you're gonna be upside down eventually,
If you want to sell, but if you just like to collect and that's your thing, then you're fine.
So let me ask you something. In your PC, what's your prized possession?
Amazing Fantasy 15, 8.5.
All right, so he's saying he owns it.
And let
And he
them
got
know
it
what that's
graded.
about. Let them know what that book's about.
Who doesn't know what that's about?
5
First
years.
appearance of Spider-Man.
Made
If
him
you know,
5
you know,
years.
that's it.
If you know,
Exactly. If you know, you know.
8.5?
From diving into
8.5,
one box.
guys. And I got
$1,
that book, as I
$2.
said, I told people this story. I got that book in a collection. I only paid like $100,000 for the whole collection. I had Tales of Suspense, first appearance of Iron Man. I have a lot of like X-Men #1, X-Men #4, first Magneto, and 9.8. And I paid $100,000 for the collection.
All right, I can't stand no more of this. He spent $100,000 on a collection. Who would sell a collection with these type of books for only $100,000? So where did he get this contact? Who notified him? I mean, this guy must have stepped in some shit, to get lucky to find, in the dollar boxes, and then the books are worth 100 times, like you said. He buys another. He got at this point before this, he already got Amazing Fantasy, a book already graded. Now he's buying a collection for $100,000. Where did he get $100,000? Where did he get? Now you got to do the math. $100,000 for this collection. He's got Amazing Fantasy 15, which that's expensive money within a 5-year period. Does the math seem? Am I wrong? Is the math there not accurate? I mean, what's coming out of his mouth is so much BS. It's smoldering shit, because it doesn't make any sense. And remember, guys, this interview is before he blew up. This is why everything's going great for him. See, this is what happens where everything's going great. He's making his money. He's got his thing going. His channel's growing. Everything's going right. But the problem is we don't know what's going behind the scenes. This is just the front. Where you get all this money? How's he flowing? He's saying one thing, but the numbers and everything and the time frame that he's saying does not match. It doesn't add up. So let's listen to more
2
of it.
weeks after, I sold a few books, like 5 books out of that collection, and made back $250, and I have all the big keys.
Nice.
Tell me
825,
again.
that's CGC or
Must be
CBS?
one hell of a sale.
CGC?
Gotta be CGC.
CGC?
That's gotta
Nice.
be before CBS blew up.
So you got that's your prize possession. What is the holy grail that you're chasing after?
Right now, I'm chasing first appearance of Iron Man, Tears of Suspense. That's my favorite. I just want that. I have one right now, but I have a low grade. So I'm looking for
All right.
anything above an 8.
That's enough of that. I can't deal with no more of that. As you can see from the beginning, again, this is before everything happened, so this is at its high point where everything's going good. His Whatnot channel's growing, but his story from the beginning, the whole thing of how he started, the time frame, the money, at this point he's saying he's getting the money from getting low $1 books and finding out those dollar books are ending up to be 100 times worth of whatever it is. And all of a sudden, within a 5-month period, he got an Amazing 15. He bought $100,000 books. He got back like $250 on just selling 4 out of 5 books out of a long box out of $100,000. I mean, it does not make any sense to me. I don't know. So let's move on to where what blew up in his face, where everything went downhill. Well, it started to go downhill. Give me 1 second. All right, can you guys see that? All right, now these gentlemen here are the ones that were running the show, Queen's Comic, their podcast, and they're gonna tell us what happened, how it started, and how he reacted to them. And you could see, we're gonna find out his demeanor. I'm talking about Epic, how he handled this whole situation, how that started. So let's get going. What's the thing?
Talk about or some great stuff or great stories. We had a terrible incident on Saturday.
We did. We were set up at our show in Brooklyn, and one of our vendors was stolen. And I'll let you take it from here, since you were the one involved with it more than I was. I just got really angry.
Yeah. We did a regular Brooklyn Invasion show, and as usual, we have people coming from all over, and it was a lot of new people. But somebody who showed up to a couple of our shows showed up, who has a Whatnot channel, and a lot of people wanted him to come in. I'm sorry to say this, but like I'm gonna call him out on this one. It's like Epic Nation Collecton on Whatnot, and he kind of made this blow up beyond belief that we had to talk about it now on our own podcast. So we allowed him in early, which I didn't know was like a tactic that other vendors told me they no longer want him inside early at shows because of this, where he gets to look at the stuff early while you're still setting up. I did not know why at the time, because I did not even know that the guy was a seller. I just thought he was some random guy that bought comics. I thought what we call him is variants guys, like a guy who just buys a lot of variants.
Oh, great legend.
So I was like, okay, whatever, come on in. At first I was hesitant, but like one of the vendors was like, oh, just let him come in, and he buys from me a lot. I said, all right, no problem. I didn't make it a big deal. So he goes to a lot of tables. He buys from our table. He buys from everybody. So I'm like, oh, cool. I did the right thing. I talked to his worker. I was like, yo, my bad if I'm very hesitant to let people in. I have some guys complaining. you know, it's true, but like we're used to partying and let people in, but we let them in early. Around 12 o'clock, at 12:30, we discovered that an Amazing Spider-Man 300 was missing. And also, and not at first we saw this, but when I ran up into the security room because we realized we have a camera, somebody ran up after me telling me, "Oh, we're also missing a Doctor Strange 169, which is the very first solo Doctor Strange title."
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So
Not
we're gonna
cool.
look it up, man. 2 books.
Talking
Sorry to
about
say it like
2
that.
books,
It's the only way
guys.
I can be frustrated,
2
man.
books.
Yeah.
Because I've never had books disappear like that, and as the promoter, I'm responsible for it. So I put on the video camera from 9 o'clock. Actually, no. First, I checked from 12 to 12:30 because I'm sure it's from the last 30 minutes somebody stolen and left. You know. Instead, I found nothing. So then I had to rewind all the way to 9:30 from us setting up till 11:40, 42, 11:40 something. And every time I saw somebody come up to that table and hold that Spider-Man 300 with an iconic cover, you cannot miss this. You can hold it. It's even this is, and the camera shot is perfect on it. I said, "Oh no, not this guy. I don't know who this guy is. It's a stranger. Oh no, this new guy who's very funny. I hope it's not him." And everybody kept putting it back, putting it back, putting it back. And then I get to these 2 guys, the 2 guys we let in earlier, and then I caught it, and I was like, "Oh my god." These guys who bought a bunch of books from us stole 2 books. And I tried to be a nice guy about it. I found another vendor. I asked all of it, anybody knows this guy's name? So he gave me his phone number. We texted him. He goes, "Oh no, my employee took it." And my employee didn't take it. If he kept denying. He goes, "Do you have any proof of it?" I sent him the video.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "I'm gonna go to his house and check if it's there." I said, "Okay, but if it's there," no, I didn't even say, but if it's there, I said, either pay me in Zelle for this books, $1,050, or bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
That's your only 2 options on this because I have you on camera. I'm not making a big deal. Accidents happen. And the guy kept escalating. What I didn't realize, he was doing this tactic where he's talking so much that he exhausts you, but he was doing it through text. And I wasn't answering any phone calls.
Right.
I was not playing this game. Just tell me you're bringing it back.
Let me stop it right there, guys. Let me stop it right there. All right. The guy, as you can see, they went to the video. All this happened in the beginning. They wasn't even open yet. They let these guys in, you know, and they were shopping, and the books were stolen at that time. So, and you can see he's very, very polite. You know, he says, "This is the solution. You could pay me my money or just bring the books back. Simple as that." And you can see, you can hear what he said, that he got all irate. He's all mad, blah, 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 blah. And so basically, who's starting what? Who's starting the problem here? Now, everybody knows, if you're an honest person, if that was me, all right, and that was my coworker, and I get a phone call saying, "Hey, I got 2 books stolen from me. We had you 2 guys on video. You know, we have it being taken by your coworker, this, that, and everything." Now, if you're innocent and you had nothing to do with it, you will be so apologetic to these guys because your coworker is harming your business, your name. Okay, you would have got the 2 books, got back over there as quick as possible, give it to them personally, apologize, say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what he was doing. You know, here's your books back. Oh, I feel so bad. I am so sorry." And that would have been the end of that. Bottom line, if you're innocent, that's the route you take. If you're guilty and that's not the route you take, what do? Oh, what's the proof? Blah blah blah. Oh, and then all of a sudden he's getting all mad, saying, "Oh, well, they said that I stole the book." Blah blah blah. Listen, you watch the video. Everybody knows how a game goes. You know, stealing books. All right, 2-man team. One distracts the seller while the other one snatches the books. It's been going on for years. Common, you know, for him to say, you know, he had nothing to do with it, there's a possibility. But if you watch the video, I don't know. That it looks like it's planned out. And by the way the video is, he looks like he's done this before. He wasn't like, you guys wasn't scared. It wasn't your first time. Great Legends. I also prefer YouTube comic auctions and do not use whatnot. Well, this is a perfect opportunity of what's been going on. Now, this video goes on for a while, but there at the end there is a video clip of it, and I'm gonna move it up to that point right there, and you guys look at the video.
Queen's Comic Podcast. Hey, hey. 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 Billy and Ian and sometimes Mike sit around talking about comics they like. Ian and Billy and even Mike sit around talking about comics they like. Queen's Comic Podcast. Hey, hey. Queen's Comic Podcast. Hey, hey. Queen's Comic Podcast. Hey, hey. Queen's Comic Podcast. Hey, hey, let's go.
There's
See
the
what I'm
video.
saying, guys? It's fucking exhausting.
Of course, there's a better video, a better shot of it on a different thing. Shout out to Thoro, who did a long investigation on this, and they have a better clip, a closer clip of the video. Give me 1 second, and I'll pop that up for you guys.
And I guess you call him an influencer, or he's a face, a name, and then he goes to a show and he's pulling this crap at his show.
Yeah.
The dummy's not even smart enough to look up and see there's 5 cameras watching him. And to think that he can sit there and cross-examine his employee on a live stream, which is even the stupidest thing I've ever seen. He's like, "Did you steal the books?" Well, I didn't steal them. I took them by accident. Okay, I'm satisfied with that answer. Case closed.
After deleting the.
All right, you saw the video. He went on there live after only showing a small clip of that video, but of course he didn't show the clip of the books being stolen. Again, if you're a person who's innocent, that had nothing to do with it, you would just show that video, say, "Hey, look, my employee took it. I had nothing to do with it," and then again, let it go. But no, he goes there live, only shows a small clip where it doesn't show that the books were stealing. I mean, this guy has all the signals saying that he's guilty. Okay. I'm from the streets. I've been around a long time. I've seen hustles. I've seen scams. This is a perfect example of a 2-man team stealing books. And it looks like they're professional because they doesn't look like they know what they were doing. Okay. And the way he reacts to comic, the podcast and everything, giving them a hard time, blah, blah, blah. And all they wanted to do was, listen, give me the money, give me the books, and that's the end of it. I don't want to deal with you no more. That's something that keeps going on with this guy. You'll see. So he just keeps going. He just keeps on and on and on. It's his promo. It's the way he is. You know what I'm saying? Because Thoro did investigation before he got into comics. He was a hustler doing something else. Then it got too hot for him. He left that, and that hustle was basically, from what I hear, was in Florida. That's why he came to New York, to get away from there. Now he found the comic business. Again, it's perfect for him. Make money, do deals, whatever the case could be, making money. And my thing is, either the people or whatnot, well, the people running whatnot don't give a damn. Okay, they taking care of him because he brings a lot of views and it does money for them. They're looking at their end. They don't care where he got his books. They don't care about his history. They're like, we need to keep him because he's bringing in views and money and blah 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 blah. For them, that's their look at it. They're not looking at it, well, what they're gonna do to him. They're gonna let him go and lose all that money just because of that, of his past history. Had nothing to do with it. But the problem is, we get the word out there to the people who are going to his channel that keep buying stuff. Again, some of those books that he's selling are not his. They're his stories about where he's getting the books, how he's scamming people. He's been kicked out already at a con in Long Island. He's not going at Queen's Party. Already banned him from there. He already had issues up in Buffalo. Okay, he's getting worse all over the place, and that's the key of getting to him, getting the word out there. Keep getting the word out there to let him know. Says we're not tolerating this. And the people who are not buying this stuff, if you don't know the backstory, that's one thing because you guys don't know. But if you do know about him and what's been going on, and you don't want to believe it, again, that's on your opinion. But again, people go on there. They say, hey, he's selling this book for this great price. I don't care. If you want to steal somebody else's books, their property, because God forbid it would have been your books that was stolen and you was ripped off, how would you feel? Think about that. Reverse yourself and make yourself the person that got ripped off. And then watching on whatnot says, hey, where's my money? Where's my book? I'm getting screwed. And meanwhile, all these people are buying my books. Is it right? It's not right. It's not right either way you look at it, So why keep buying from? Why keep supporting a hustle, a scam? You don't. You can still get the book somewhere else, man. So hopefully, we're gonna keep going. I still got a couple more videos. I know my man Sub-Zero is watching this. I told him to take his time to come on. So right now we're gonna go to the recent video, not the one from yesterday, but the one a couple of days ago. The man will be judged. I don't want to be in the room when it happens. Yeah, so let me share this video from Beyond Wednesday. He did two. This is the one where he interviewed Epic Nation. So you guys can see that. Okay. And let's start the video.
Or maybe he stole a book. But when I spoke to Billy said it looks like an accident because when he spoke to the vendor and my worker was trying to make a deal for that same book. So in my head at that time, I was like, is my worker stupid trying to make a deal? Because when I was there, everyone was there at the con know that my worker and him was trying to make that small little deal because it's a little room.
Yeah.
Everyone can hear each other. It's like two bedroom size, two king bedroom in one little freaking room. That's how it is. A small con, very small. It's not even a con. It's a comic book show.
Yeah, it's like a monthly,
so
a tri-monthly thing.
Everybody was like right next to each other. So when I spoke to Billy said, hey, I told Billy my worker have the book. Do you want him to return it? Billy said yes. But this is the part that got me upset, right? I told Billy, how do you want to move forward from here? All
right, you guys saw the video of the guys running that con. You heard exactly what he told Epic. Either pay for the books, all right, or bring them back. Simple. I don't know how more simple you can make this. And did you hear what he said? That he got upset. Why are you getting upset? The person that got stolen from should be upset. Your worker stole the books. You should not be upset. If you are going to be upset, you should be upset to your worker screwing you. But you know what? You're in on it. That's why you're getting upset, because you know why? You got caught. Your worker, technically, who took the book, but you're associated with the crime because you had your part in it. You're both. That's why he's upset. He gets upset for everything. He got upset when he was talking to the comic podcast when he kept calling him and annoying him. You heard what he said. He kept calling you and annoying me, and he didn't want to answer the phone. He don't want to deal with the bullshit. He does not want to deal with the bullshit. All he made, bring me the books or bring me the money. Simple. What the hell is this guy's problem? Let's continue on. Hold on a second.
You want to press charges? Like, does your vendor want to take this to the cops? Do you want my worker ID? What do you want to do? Do you want me to fire my worker? Because I was confused. I'm asking, did you think my worker stole the book, or he took it by mistake? Because there were like 6 different scenes at that time.
By
So
that
Billy
time,
told me, hey,
by that time, were you only hearing from the vendor, or had it spread to social media at that point?
no, so this was Saturday. It spread Sunday.
Okay.
So basically, Saturday, I spoke to Billy. We talked about it. Billy said he's not going to press charges. He do not need his IDs. Okay. Everyone make mistakes. He said it looks like the guy made a mistake. I don't think he stole the book. It's all good. So when Billy told me it's all good, I was like, okay, no problem. I talked to the worker. Worker said he make a mistake. I said, yo, these guys are cool. Make sure this do not happen again or whatever. And I asked him, did you steal the book? He said no. So Sunday, we went to a con, everything was cool, and I met the same guy, Street Side Anthony, who called me about the incident the Saturday.
All right, I know Street Side Anthony personally. Okay, I don't know if Street Side knows about what he's saying about now. I don't know if this conversation happened, but again, you heard what he said. He asked his coworker, "Did you steal the book?" He said no. But we all know that he did steal the book. It's on video. He knows he's got the book. He ended up sending it back, the 2 books. Okay, how he did it was messed up also. Okay, again, if your worker stole a book making you look bad, you got a phone call. I don't know where he came up with. What do you want to do? Should I find my work? That's your worker. You do what you want. You find all the man wants is either the money or the books. That's all he cares about. All right. You coming up with all this nonsense after. All right. And then on top of that, you didn't even go inside to hand him the books and apologize to the guy. Says, "Oh, I'm so sorry this happened." None of that, because you was in on it. When you're guilty, you feel you don't want to go inside. That's it. It's the bottom line. If you're innocent, you'll be going in and apologizing crazy. "Oh my God, I can't believe you did it." But that's not the route you took. You took the route as a person that was involved. I haven't been on whatnot. And this happened. Most of my friends telling that, yeah, it's crazy. So again, let's keep
Street
going.
Side saw me. We hang out together. We chill. We bought books together. And Street Side told me, yeah, everything is good. And that's it. And then 6 hours after, I saw a post from the vendor or someone that Epic Nation stole the Amazing 300. That's why I get so upset and I retaliate how I did. I was just like angry. I was just
okay. They got you on camera. All right. They saw your coworker steal the book. You was there. You was next to him. So basically, when he said that the books got stolen, it's because you 2 guys were there. All right. And the way you're reacting, you're getting all mad. Again, you should be mad at your coworker. I see let me just deal with Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero's trying to get on. He's having an issue. Sub-Zero, try putting your link through your email, or give me your email and I try to send it through there. I think you got to try to get a connection that way. For some reason, he's trying to log on, but his camera's not coming on. There's no connection. Keep saying no connection on my end. Let's try to get. We're trying to get Sub-Zero to come on, because on this video, this is where he pretty much, blames everybody for everything against him. He brings up everybody's name. Okay, brings up Comic Party. He's all upset to them because they stole the book, and basically he got caught and he's all upset. He'll bring up Nerdy Girl's name. He'll bring up Nemesis' name. He'll bring up Sub-Zero's name. But meanwhile, everybody that he brings on are all guilty. Again, it says device is not connected. You want me to email you the link and come through the email? I see it keep popping up on my screen, Sub-Zero, but it's for some reason it just says device not connected. Let me go back to the Instagram page. Try, like I said, try to copy the StreamYard link, right? And then email it to yourself and then click on from that side, because sometimes that works. It depends how you sign on. I mean, it's supposed to go on, but every time you try to log on, it does pop up on my end, but it says device not connected. Hope everybody's doing well. We got a lot to go on. Like I said, this is just madness. It says device still not connected. I don't know what it is. I don't know. You have an email, just put an email in the Instagram and let me try to send you the link that way and see if that works. That's the whole point of this video, legend. That's the main word for it. You have to talk about it. You have to get it out there to try to let people know what's going on, because that's the best way to get this guy to stop. If nobody buys his stuff, that's put him on a bit. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now that you guys don't know. Since Toro did these interviews digging deep, it's been hurting him. You might not see it on Whatnot. He might still get a lot of followers still, but he's having harder times trying to get into cons and doing business, because people are starting to know, and it's starting to hurt him, and he's getting more upset. I didn't know most of this. I didn't watch much anymore. Yeah, well, like I said, he's been a scammer before comics. He was in this video. Brian will talk about him about the scammers before comics, and of course, Epic didn't want to get into details on that. But if you go to Thoros, I'm just going to give you a brief story on it, where he used to rent out expensive cars. He was talking about drug dealers in this video. I don't know where the hell that come from. And people will rent cars for like commercials or whatever, or people rent like limos for graduation and stuff. So what happened was, like he does with comics, he does business with somebody, they exchange cash, blah, 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 blah. And then when a big deal comes up, boom, he disappears with the dough, screwing people. What's really hurting was there was this young lady in Florida who was working like at a job, saving up money to rent a expensive limo for her to go to her graduation, prom or whatever, and the car never showed up. So it got too heated for him, and he left that and he ended up over here. Yeah, he works people, makes him easy talk. Yeah. That's the main thing. What he does, he soaks everybody in. But we're not letting it go. If you've seen Thoro's video, he's not gonna lie, because we're gonna keep talking about. Because you know what, he keeps talking about it, throwing everybody in the bus and making himself throw in it, and he comes up with so much BS. It's unbelievable. So we're still trying to get Sub-Zero. Let me check my Instagram. And I think he sent, okay, see the link, see if it works. All right, give me 1 second. I will send the link through his email. Hopefully that'll work. Give me 1 second. I'll write this down. I don't know. Sometimes that works for me. Hold on a second. I heard a pop. Oh, there he is. All right, hold on a second. Yo, how you doing, man? Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming on.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can barely hear you. Real small, but I hear you.
Can you hear me now better?
Yeah, that's much better. Thank you. Appreciate it coming down, man. I know this has been going on for a long time with you, and I know it's a pain in the ass. All right, but let me tell you something. I'm from Queens, also New York. You know what I'm saying? I lived in the project. I know how it goes, and I felt when you wanted to beat the crap out of him, or everything he did to you and everything. But let me you're doing the right thing, man. You're using this. You're using your head. And don't karma will come to his ass. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a fact.
If I don't know if you been watching what's been going on from the beginning.
Yeah, a little bit in and out. I've been doing stuff at home since I just said yesterday that we moved to a new spot, so been doing a lot of picking up, dropping off, doing this and that.
Right. This is like the best way for me to have Epic on here, because the words is coming right out of his mouth, and then we could talk about what he's saying, to make any sense. Because during this video, I don't know if you saw the Beyond Wednesday's video, that on this video right here, he threw everybody under the bus. He blames everybody and everything.
I mean, if you look at it at a psychological perspective, a lot of deflecting is what he does. I mean,
yeah.
I never seen this side of him, but I seen this side of, like how you say you from Queens. When you got a rat cornered, that's the best outcome they could do. He exhibits every thing of that. He shows everything that a rat will do at the last minute. Um, he look what he said there on the thing. Oh, that when he did the thing with Queens, the way he reacted was because he was angry, and that's the way he reacted.
Yeah.
It's not because of that. It's because you got caught, and that's your only explanation. Look, even yesterday, well, when I was in the show, Brian's show, he goes and says, "Oh, whatnot does whatever I say." Then now, today, he has a screenshot saying that's not me. Everything he said on the show is his language, the way he speaks. Now all of a sudden it wasn't him. So come on, like every single time this guy is with some other bullshit every single time. Like he doesn't stop with the line at
Yeah,
all.
it was his name. It was his logo. I mean, it was him. I mean, unless he has somebody who,
He don't
copy
got
his.
nobody. It was his language, the way he talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you see all the comments and all the stuff, the way he was talking, oh, I'm leaving. It's a bunch of bullying here. All of a sudden, so it's him talking.
Oh,
So now all
exactly.
of a sudden it wasn't him. Like, come on.
Yeah, he wants to always play the innocent role like he had nothing to do it, but he just puts his foot in his mouth every single time. Now, again, we're from the streets, man. Body language shows a lot. You know what I'm saying? You might say something, but your body language tells you who you
Yeah,
really are. And his
the only
language,
reason
body
why,
language is showing.
yeah, the only reason why he's holding all these books of mine is because of what he is. He's a rat. As soon as I say I'm gonna beat the shit out of him, the first thing he said was cops. So now he's the tough guy. The funny thing is that I find this whole shit is you're a tough guy. You're telling everybody else that you'll do this and this and this and that and the third. He hasn't said not one of those shits to me at all because he know I'll slap the shit out of him. But at the end of the day, it's like he goes and says, "Oh, if you got people and all this, like this is shit that he says to everybody else. Like, oh, I got people, or don't I'll beat you. Like he'll bully you if he can. If he knows that he can bully you,
Yeah.
he'll do it. But he ain't about that, bro. He don't even understand that. I even heard stories which I don't even like 1,000% know that is true. They have hit him. They have gotten him for money. Like he owed people money. They spanked him apparently, and he had to give that money up. I've heard of that, but I don't know how 100% that's true. So I never really, you know,
Because
go
Toro's
beyond
got
it.
one of those photos on one of the shows that he did where the guy that he owed money to, that he got his money, it has his arm around him, and they're holding like two slabs, and you could see the expression on Epic's face, like,
Oh yeah, that's one of them. But I'm talking about a car wash dude, like some street dude from Queens, I think it is too. The car wash and stuff like that. They street dudes that made a nice business and stuff like that out of themselves. And I think he owed money to them because it had to do with cars or such situation, and he had to pay that money to them as well. They yoked him up and everything. So that's another funny story too that came out of nowhere and somebody on the side, but I don't know the like how real that is.
yeah.
So I really never, but supposedly physically somebody already has done some shit to him.
Yeah. The problem with this, because I showed the video that he started 5 years ago. He did an interview a year on that video. That's old from now, and before he got this mess showed up, that he was just the BS was already flying out of his mouth in the beginning, which I already talked about. That he was in college. He started 5 years ago. He ended up with an AS-15. He bought $100,000 worth of books. That's what he dives into dollar bins and he finds these books that are worth money. That's how he got the money. I mean, if you do the math and you do what he's saying, it does not make any. It does not match up. And he tells me he's in college and he went across the street to Royals. I don't know if you know where Royal Collectibles is on Metro.
Yeah, that's Queens. Yeah, Royals
Yeah,
Collectibles. Yeah,
yeah,
I even got books from them. Yeah.
yeah. He says that he walked across the street from the college to go to that store. There's no college there. There's a high school, but there ain't no college there. I've been there for
No,
years. Okay,
no, yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
coming out of it. It's just the BS
It's
is not
just he mixes like truth with I don't know if it's truth, but he mixes whatever is going on with him with like the lies and shit like that. He mixes it up, and apparently he believes it because it has to be something. He has to believe it, or he's just playing poker at a high level. Like I'm a bullshit my way until I die type of situation. Like
exactly. Now, with the problem with he is, like you said, he's been doing this for 5 years. He He's got a lot of followers. He's gonna say that he sells keys, blah blah blah. This whole thing he's got going. So he's way up there right now. He's high as a kite, and he thinks, oh, what we're doing is not gonna hurt him. Nobody's gonna knock off his pedestal because he's so far up there. But
I mean, I think he's mixing a lot of things up. What he does in business wise, I don't have no. I mean, personally, I don't really care what he does business wise. I mean, whatever he does is it's what everybody wants. Like in a sense, not specifically what he does. Like he does the variants and stuff like that. That to me, that's something cool in a sense because me personally, I would like to see like a Dragon Ball Z variant. I would like to see Mario variants of your own idea and being sold. Like I don't think that's a bad thing to me, like personally. So him doing that, I don't really care. And if he has success in that, God bless him. But the fact of the other thing is that he does that it's already a pattern with 100 people, and he's saying it's everybody out to get him. So he has this pattern with everybody else. Everybody else is saying the same story. So everybody else is lying, but he's telling the truth. Like, come on, bro. Like at one moment, like you're confusing both things. You're doing good for yourself. I understand that. And me personally, I don't have an issue with that. You could, you sell whatever variants you want and all that stuff because at the end of the day, if people are stupid enough to buy the same Wednesdays, blue, black, yellow, and red, if you're that dumb to buy the same shit over and over again, then obviously it's making money. So to me, that's fine. As long as people buy it, it is fine. Other than that, the other shit is what's the problem is that shit that he buys books here, he tells you he owes you there, he moves this here, and that's where the shady shit comes into play. Because the only reason I got into this situation with him was he was getting connections in the sense that he was getting artists to do shit for cheap or renting an artist, and you get stuff for cheap. So that made sense to do. Like anybody that sells comic books will do this because instead of me, like yesterday, like I was saying in Brian's thing, instead of you paying $80 a signature for a Clinton Crane Murder Sig, for 100 books, wouldn't you rather just pay Clinton Crane like 2K or 3K and have him for 2 or 3 hours signing unlimited books and only like 4 sketches? Let's say for an example, I'm just saying an example, but this is things that artists will do. Like you could go up to an artist and tell him, yo, listen, how many hours would you give me? I'll give you 3 or 4K. An artist will do that shit. So to me, he was doing that, and you get 2 or 3 people and everybody chipping $500. Who wouldn't do that? Like it's a business, so who wouldn't do that? Because now you're getting the sick for cheap. You can sell your book for what it is, and you can sell your book a little bit less because you got the signature for cheap, and you're making money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how business is. That's not nothing bad with that. So that's how I got into business with him because he was doing that. So it made sense to me, and because I was doing everything I was doing before was by myself. I was high end everything. I was paying for every signature myself. I was doing CGC through Capture Collectibles and shit. But I was paying. I wasn't getting no discounts on no signatures or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So that's
I know JC to capture collectibles also, and like you said, you're 100% right. In the business sense about the way he does, getting the discount and SIGs and everything, that's that's great.
Yeah.
It works out. But the problem is behind the scenes how he's running it with the money wise and the books and everything. That's where all the shadiness is going on. If he was doing that correctly, this guy would be blowing up like crazy if he did everything legit. The people be coming to him like crazy.
Yeah, but the problem is, I think what's going on to him is, I think his chest got too pumped up too quick, and I don't understand the fact because this is what broke this whole situation. Number one was the bullshit he said that I forgot even to mention because I told Brian when I spoke to him, but I forgot to say it on the show. The Friday that the money was sent to me that I didn't agree on, and my wife was there. The money that was sent to me for him saying that, so I don't feel like he's scamming me. So to hold on to that money until my books come in, CGC'd and everything. I told him one question, and it dawned on me on why I never asked this question. Like it was a stupid move from my part. Once I started doing this business, I did ask for this CGC guy before. He said, "Oh, the guy is weird. He doesn't like nobody knowing his business or to be said and shit like that." So I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I think To me, it was that the guy just wanted to be low key. That was my presumption of the situation.
Right.
So I didn't have no issue with that. So once that Friday, I asked Epic, yo, what is the name of this fucking comic book dude? What is the name of the CGC dude?
Mhm.
He said, I don't know. Once he said, I don't know, my mind, everything he said just clicked. Like, how the fuck you don't know who the fuck you give books to? Like, that don't make no sense.
Mhm.
So how Epic, I told Epic, you sound stupid right now to me. How do you not know the name of this guy? He gave me 3 different names, bro. And this is what made the whole situation of me getting violent with him, in a sense, like vocally violent.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. Like, this shit makes no sense right now. How the fuck you gave my books to somebody and you don't know their name? Like, make that shit make sense to me right now. Oh, don't. That's why I gave you the money. Don't worry about it. I'll find his name. He's a CGC guy. He's legit. But bro, you've been telling me this guy's legit, so you should know his name. That don't make no sense.
Mhm.
And right now I feel stupid because I never really bothered asking for the guy name. Because if you would have said that shit to the beginning, I would have been from there on. I would have been like, bro, this what? You don't know the guy's name? I'm not giving you my books. You're bugging out. You gotta go to know this guy.
Mhm.
So everything he was doing was cheaper. So I was going through Epic because everything was cheaper. So why not do that? That will maximize what I'm selling. So now he put me in a bind, in a sense of now I'm arguing with customers and losing customers. And how am I making money? Now he's over here and whatnot, selling fucking books, selling my books that he because in the beginning he did buy books from me. Like I said, he has bought books from me, but there's books that he never bought from me. He thinks this money that he gave me, which should be him giving me this money in a sense of I'm sorry type of situation for making you lose money.
Right.
That's what the money should be of. So if I were to do that to him, I guarantee you he would have a total meltdown.
Oh yeah.
He will have a heart attack
Oh yeah.
if I were to be holding out. So then to him it seems fine that he's holding my books, and then now he's lying on show saying that he bought everything. He didn't buy everything.
No.
But now I understand what he did. And this is how he gets you, because it's thing. He did spend X amount on me. He spent like 25 to 35K on me.
Okay.
Like he did, meaning buying books from me. Because remember, I had 9.8s out the ass. Like I had a whole bunch of books I had.
Yeah.
So I sold them the books because I started thinking like the purpose of me selling everything was I was gonna back out from comic books. Not nothing bad, not nothing against Epic, because I was gonna start my hitting. I was gonna start a hitting clinic. So that was my exit money to start a hitting clinic, so I could start doing baseball and shit like that. Because I used to play professional baseball in
Okay.
my leagues in Dominican Republic. So I wanted to do that. So um, so I wanted to do that was my exit strategy. So when all this shit hit the fan and all that stuff, it kind of put a stop to that whole thing and all that whole situation. That was the point of me investing the money in the comic books, so I can get a little bit extra, whatever. And I'll do comic books on the side here and there because I had the connection with Capture Collectibles, so I was doing just fine. The only thing that put the whole stop was this whole situation that happened with Epic.
Right. So let me ask you something. Who went to who first that started, did you go to him or did he go to you like in the beginning, like introduce himself, say I'm Epic?
Honestly is kind of vague, but it was between both. It was at the same time. It was mutual. It's a mutual thing.
Yeah,
And then it came out cool. Like I said yesterday, he's a cool dude and stuff like that. I never saw this side of him of being a dickhead like that. And if somebody would have said something beforehand of me speaking out, because the thing that triggered the whole shit for me was him sending me the money for a reason. And I told him specifically, don't be sending me money thinking that this is a payment for my books, because there's no way. And we got deals for books. ASM 129. There's first appearance of Miles Morales, a couple books there. There was Rhino first appearance. First appearance of Osborne, a couple books are there. And 9.0s and up. First appearance of Morbius, 9.0s and up. That all of these things were supposed to be signed and CGC'd, and there were already blue CGC'd. So him telling me that he paid for these books, he never did. He knows he never did pay for these books. These books were mine to sell once they were coming in, so I can make my money.
Right.
So everything, if I had like a whole bunch of books that I didn't want to sell or something like that, I would have sold it to him. That was our thing, and he used it for his whatnot shows, and it was perfectly fine. He was, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we got the money, the ball rolling there like that, and he kind of fucked that up.
How long were you guys, working together where everything was cool, like, and then until it fell apart?
I mean, I wouldn't say I don't really will say working together because not because of this situation. As the thing is, he never sold my books like for me to get money. Like he was selling my books and I got money. We never did that. So this was not a business thing. My thing was if I bought 100 books, I will sell them. I will sell him like 80 books, get my money there, and keep my 20 books and sell it to my customers that I had. And kept the business like that. Like, the money is moving in for him because it makes him look good and whatnot. And my thing makes me look good wherever I was selling. You know what I'm saying?
So it was like an agreement.
No, there was no agreement. It was just it was just me and you friends. We're doing our thing. You do your own thing and I do my own thing. We just, exchange here and there. But the thing was I had the most books.
Right.
Every books that he shows is my books, basically. Some of them that he did buy, some of them he didn't buy.
Now, the books that he did buy, was there any like transaction receipts and stuff like that? Paperwork?
Nah, it was don't PayPal. Let's just say that you come to my house right now and you see that I got a whole bunch of Clayton cranes and you want to buy them.
The way we handle,
Yeah, like I tell you, yo, I want 20K for this, and you'll be like, I'll do 12, I'll do 13, and we come to an agreement to 14K. I'll be like, I'll take 14K. PayPal, boom, 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 and that's it. Yeah, we've done that.
That's probably the only way you find out how money was exchanged, but there's no anything written like what books, how many books, what type of books, nothing like that.
No. That was written. That's why I gave Brian the list. That was definitely written. So the only thing was never what you call it what you call the person the word just left my brain when they that you gotta stamp it that they saw both. There you go, notarized. Oh, that word just left my brain. Okay, so yeah, we never notarized anything. That was the only difference.
Okay.
Because this is the other thing he said in the video.
Yeah.
He says, yo, Sub-Zero, this is too much books. You're doing too much books. He was the one coming to me, yo, I got this guy for $5 signature and stuff like that. I know you got these people. You want to do it? Let's do it. Come on. Because once these things get in, we're going to start selling it. Like, okay, let's go do it. Now he's telling me, now he's saying to everybody that that's too much books. I'm doing too much books. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because the way you just said it sounds exactly the word he would use. You can actually see him saying those words, exactly the way you said it. Hey, I got
and C2E2, everybody saw Nick GQ, everybody saw him with Scotty Young books. If he says that he bought one of them shits, like he's fucking lying, bro. Like all them shit that he went to C2E2 was my books. Because I couldn't go to C2E2. He went. So obviously he did me the favor. Yo, thank you. I appreciate you. Go get me everything signed. Tell me how much everything is. And boom, we get the deal done. No problem. So, but the thing was, I'm giving him books like CGC. Let's say he wants a book like a George Perez signed book, and I'm paying it off like that. So that was, that was an agreement there. Like, here's this, and you pay for that. Okay, no problem. But I get why he was like, okay, no problem. It's because he was gonna do exactly what he just did now.
Now, usually, something's up when a red flag comes up, where all of a sudden, like you said, he gave you a tracking number, didn't exist. Gave you another tracking number, didn't exist. Oh, then he started delaying. Oh, the grade is not here. The grade is not here. Come back.
I was gonna jump the gun there and do exactly what just happened there at that moment, but I honestly, because remember, this dude's been to my crib. He's given my kids, like, let's say, a nice present and stuff like that, and like we was getting close to each other, like we was cool.
Yeah,
so I didn't want to jump the gun and do that to him at that moment. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Now, Dr. Doom, now that it's public and stuff like that, I didn't really know that it was public already, but I already knew about Dr. Doom a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
When Dr. Doom told me about the situation, then the red flags came up. Because everything Dr. Doom said, I don't know Dr. Doom from a hole in the wall. I don't know Dr. Doom at all like that. Now I do. But when this situation that I'm about to tell you, I didn't know him at all. He explained everything to a T. of what Epic did to me. Wow. So I'm like, hold up. So I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, yo, hold up. This motherfucker's fucking genius. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm fucked. So I'm like, yo, it went off. Just how it went off. I'm like, yo, bro, you doing this, that, and the third. I need my books right now. If not, we're gonna have a fucking problem. Then what? At that moment, he was talking crazy. So I said, yo, bro, if you want to talk crazy, you're gonna lose this battle because me and you fighting, this is gonna be an end battle for you. You're not gonna jump nobody. I don't care who the fuck. Because I think what he asks is that I think his brother sells drugs and shit or whatever in the Bronx. But bro, you don't understand the implications of me versus you in New York City. It's gonna be a problem for you. You're gonna lose this one. So whatever you think you got tough guys, it's not gonna coordinate with you very well. So that came about. He was trying to talk crazy. Then the thing that he said that was recorded, my wife was on the phone at that moment there, which was the money was talked about. I said I want 50K for all my fucking things, all my books, and we call it even. Boom. Then because I have people in the background, like my customers, yo, bro, I need my books. It's been X amount of times. You keep telling me that my books comes on Tuesday, then Monday, then February, then March, then April, then May. But I'm telling them this because Epic is telling me this. This is why this whole situation is happening.
Yeah.
Epic gave me tracking. Yo, guys, everything is coming on May. Relax. Epic gave me tracking. It's coming. Then that didn't happen. Then he did it again. Then that didn't happen. Then he did it again. Then that didn't happen. So understand that pattern there that's going on. Then New York Comic Con, before New York Comic Con happened last year, I had a conversation with Epic. Bro, if by New York Comic Con you don't have my books, me and you're gonna have a problem. He said, yo, listen, no problem. All my books, 90% of the books are coming New York Comic Con, no issue. So I'm like, all right, hallelujah, cool. Praise the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Everything good. We're good. So I told everybody, yo, by New York Comic Con, everything will be resolved. Everybody that I owe books to will have their books, no issue. Y'all don't even got to pay for shipping. I'm going to give y'all an extra book just because of the delay. No problem. New York Comic Con comes, then what I said in Brian, Thursday, an excuse. Friday, an excuse. Saturday, an excuse. When I went with my wife on Saturday, when he took me to the booth to go see this CGC guy that I have not seen, and he got on his phone and he looked around and he looked at my face and he's like, yo, I don't know where the CGC guy was. He was here. And that guy that stole the book in Queens thing, he was there with him.
So he still works for him.
No, because this is New York Comic Con. This is before that situation happened.
Oh, okay.
The situation is about to happen. That situation in Queens is about to happen because this is the trickle down effect. Okay. So New York Comic Con, the guy that stole the whatever, his employee bullshit, that stole bullshit. So he was there. So they both looked at me and they're like, yeah, the guy just went around, the CGC dude, he's running around doing stuff. We'll get your books later. Cool, whatever. So then now Sunday comes, another excuse. Monday comes, another excuse. Tuesday, I let Tuesday be because I was doing something. Wednesday, this dude goes to the hotel of the dude. And he says the dude is nowhere to be found. Then Thursday, he says that the dude is in the hospital. Okay, so the dude is in the hospital. Friday that I'm doing batting practice and coaching, he sends money, 3K. My wife goes on the phone and she's like, yo, this dude just sent you money. For what? I'm like, yo, we called them, speakerphone, 4 people are there. Epic, what the hell is this money for? Oh, yo, I don't want you to feel like I'm scamming you. The guy's in the hospital, apparently. Something happened to him. I'm like, yo, Epic, what the hell is the name of this CGC dude? What do you mean he's in the hospital? Oh, I don't know his name. Once he said I don't know his name, that's when everything just, the whole hood shit of me came out. I'm like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? You don't know who the fuck this dude is.
It sounds like the CGC guy is running around 4 days at a con and he's not at the table. Like,
and he's not at his hotel. He told her Epic to go to the hotel. He wasn't in the hotel. So now I want to hear Epic. Since I'm saying this, I want to hear Epic what he's going to say to this story that I'm saying, because now the thing is here. I understand is a he say she say thing, but there's people involved here. My wife is part of this. Like, she's seen you. Diana Plaki is part of this. She's seen you. So what are they gonna be? Like they're gonna lie? Like Plaki's gonna like that's another thing too. I said, yo, put Plaki on the phone, bro, because I'm about to smack shit out of you. Or she don't want to talk to you. She don't Plaki, at least I think I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt because she has her screws on a little bit. There's no way she could fucking lie about none of this bullshit this dumbass is doing. There's no way she's doing it because obviously nothing's happening to him.
Right.
And the thing is, I think they're very comfortable because nothing has happened to them. So to me, this dude either does this shit because like New York wise thinking, this dude is an informant or some shit type of thing that he's so comfortable walking in his skin doing shit like that that he does illegal shit, gets away with it, and I guess snitch on certain people if they do something to him. Or something's going on that this dude thinks he's protected because he's not protected by anybody that's gonna protect him at all.
No, I don't
That
know.
because that there's no way this dude is protected. But the way he's walking, the way he's talking, and the way he's bullshitting, something somewhere he either believes or he's just playing his poker face very well, and he's lucky enough with situations that he can't get touched or nothing can happen to him at the moment.
Yep.
Is that why he's walking how he's walking?
Yeah, he's probably thinking like, what kind of guy's gonna do something to me? You know what I'm saying? He's been doing.
Nah, but that's the thing. But this is why he's taking the route he took with me. He the police officer thing situation.
Yeah.
I can't get involved with situation like that because we had to move. So let's say I go to jail for me beating the shit out of this dude. The money that I need and stuff like that is gonna go for lawyers and shit like that to get me out of jail and shit like that instead of going to my family. So that's the only thing that's helping him. Now, the day I was gonna go and beat the shit out of him, take him out and all this stuff, it was just a whole situation of a lot of people just talking to me in my corner, like, bro, don't do it, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not to me, streetwise, like it is worth it. This dude just did something that is worth his ass whoop.
Hearing everything that you're going through is so frustrating for so long, and again, if you're from the street, because I lived in Queensbridge Projects, all right, I'm saying, and so when you like I said, you see scammers, this and that thing, but then you get to a point where you say, hold up, I had enough of this shit. You get my money or shit's gonna happen. That's how it is in the street. You know what I'm saying? So, it's incredible how this guy's been going so long, but I give you credit for not going over that line because you're using your head right now.
And he's doing this whole thing like how he said in the video, like he's doing this whole. I told him let's go to the police precinct and all this shit, but the problem is that everybody's not understanding what he's doing. He's trying to bait me. So let's say he says some dumb shit or show me some things, bro. My reaction is gonna be crazy. I'm going to slap this shit out this dude in front of a cop.
That's the thing. That's the whole thing. He's setting you up, then he's gonna do something, make you snap in front of the cop, and then look right there.
Or the second thing, what was told to me was that if I go to him to Queens because he lives in Queens, if I go to him. And obviously, I'm going over there for stuff that is mine, but regardless. And he did, let's say for an example, said that I'm threatening him, and he feels threatened or whatever, and all this stuff. Even though it's a lot to prove, because remember, if you think about it, like law-wise, like a woman gets the shit beaten out of her, it's a long process for you to get. Like it's a process for you to get papers and shit for that person that just beat you up like a woman and stuff like that to get those papers. It's a process. So for him to do that to me, a guy versus a guy, it's a long process to do that because I could say anything I want. I want to smack the shit out of you. Okay, I want to. I didn't smack you. So for him to say that he did go probably to a precinct because he does feel scared. He's scared of me. That's a number one thing. He is scared of me, and he should be because what you just did is wrong. You know what I'm about. You keep talking this whole game about that you got people and all this shit. I'll show you people. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not really a comic dude, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a father now and all this stuff, and that life is a little bit behind me. So I'm not trying to bring that situation, especially wasted on you because you're nobody. He thinks because he got this comic book and all this shit going on, it's something. It's not, bro. Like there's a lot of different situations that's more than this. But I understand like he's a little bit proud of what he did. He's doing and stuff like that. I don't care about none of that. He's saying that I'm doing this for show. I'm doing this for thing. I'm doing this because I would love to beat the shit out you and take my money that way, but I'm doing this to fuck you over because if this fucks up your business, good. You know why? Because you deserve it. So now that I spoke, a whole bunch of people are saying he's done the same thing. So if nobody speaks, then this shit is gonna continue. Like I don't understand.
Exactly. That's why this bothers me. You know, and again, I said it in the beginning of the show. I'm not doing this for rating. I'm not doing this for drama. This is all about getting the info out there to many people so they don't do no business. Now I said this before, since Toro started doing all this deep information wise and finding out all this what's been going on, it's been affecting him behind the scenes. Okay. People are probably not making deals, this and everything with him like before. He might still get all those whatnot people because they probably don't care or don't know. But eventually, little by little, it's going to affect them. And eventually, it's going to get big enough where it's going to be like, oh, he's going to start going downhill. And you have
I understand certain that's another thing too, because there is a couple people that have a big issue with Epic, and they said exactly what you said. I don't want my name mentioned because I'm in whatnot, or I'm here, and every single time I say something against this dude, people don't buy from me. And I understand those people because that's how they feed their family, I guess, but and other stuff. But honestly, to me, I wouldn't put my thing on money. Like I don't care about that shit. A man can make money any other way.
Yep.
If comic book is not it for you because you gotta out somebody or you gotta confront a situation, then so be it. I don't give a fuck. There's a million. If he's stealing and doing all this shit and he's still selling, what makes it different from you saying, "Yo, bro, he's stealing"? And a couple people don't buy from you, but a little months later, you get different views and restart whatever it is. You can restart your thing no matter what. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Everybody has done mistake in this game. I've done a couple mistakes myself. I'm not perfect with everybody. The way I talk rubs bad on certain people and stuff like that. And I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about that because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be who I am. So, if comic books is not it for me, I have other venues, I have other ventures and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna get scared for a little ass dude that's worth nothing in these streets come over here and try to act like he's gonna get away with the situation because he thinks this is gonna go away. It's not gonna go away. And the fact that he thinks me and him are not gonna bump heads one of these days is beyond me because I guarantee you this will be filmed. This nigga's gonna shit his pants in front of me. Because he said some wild shit to me, watch what's gonna happen to him, bro.
Just like I said, this to me, this is like the best way of getting to him, hurting his business, hurting that money flow, getting people to know out there so they don't get scammed, they don't lose their books because this what's going on. This is probably, like you said, people been popping up left to right saying, "Oh, listen, I've done business with him," and it's the same MO. He gets to you, everything looks good. He does a little business, everything goes right, everybody's good, they're cool with
But then
it.
all of a sudden he does something to fuck it up.
When a big deal shows up, talking about like a big money deal shows up, bam, that's when shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
All of a sudden there's issues, all this and all that.
Yeah, because
what the hell happened?
he also said like he showed the phone and all this stuff, and he said this is one thing that he keeps saying. I don't know why he keeps saying, and I'm gonna repeat it again. He literally said that I owe big vendors money. I owe big comic book people money and stuff like that, bro. I've never. No, but he said vendors. He said vendors. I've never done any damn business with a vendor at all.
Right.
No vendor knows me, or I know vendor. Right. Capture Collectibles is the only thing that I've done business with, and me and him are different. Me and Jason is a different situation. That's my books. Jason tells me what's the bill. I pay the bill, and that's it. Point blank. There's no difference. I never done no business with no vendors that he's talking about. Right. Now, there was a text message too that he spoke to JC Collectibles. That was one of the people that I owe books to. I had a situation that happened. I gave the books to Epic because Epic told me he can speed up the process, so I can give these books to JC. Epic has these books, so now JC said whatever he said and all this shit and whatever. That's fine. Then now he's using that as, yeah, you see, this is crazy. This is and Sub Zero's been doing this. Oh my god, like nah, bro, it makes no sense because at the end of the day, you have the books, and that situation is funny that he spoke to him because that's something that I told him in my living room. Yo, I owe this book specifically to this dude. Get this shit done right away so I can give him his books because number one, me and him are not in good terms for other different reasons, and I just want to give him his books. I don't want to keep this shit so he can keep talking shit or whatever and all this stuff. So hurry up with these books. He said, I got you, no problem. All this stuff gone. So the books are disappearing now.
So I know I heard that he was over your house one day and you or your wife caught him taking some books from you.
What happened was with that, that's the funny thing. So we was doing a deal. He wanted this book in the deal, and I told him no, because it was a personal book of mine. What he did was he slipped the book in. So when I go and recount everything, make sure that everything's there, the book is there. I'm like, yo, Epic, why you doing that? Oh no, I didn't do that. It was there, like laughing and shit like that. So I told him like, yo, bro, don't do shit like that. Like if we're doing money and stuff like that, don't do that shit because and he was like, nah, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And I'm like looking at him and he's like laughing, like it's funny. But I didn't really take it 100% serious. But I told him like, yo, bro, don't do shit like that because you know what I'm saying. Like, come on, like that's stupid. Like, don't do that. But he did do that shit. Like he did it. He did it to me.
But did he give you back the book?
No, of course, it was in my house. What the fuck? You're not gonna go with the book away. I count everything that I gave him. Every single time we do a deal, I count everything that we gave. Look, we made books for this, that, and the third. All right, let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13 books. I'm not giving you this book though. Because what he does is, let's say my books cost $5,000. For example, like he took like let's say 20 books, and I say I want $5K for all these books. So what he does is, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. I get it. I understand. He got to make his money, so I get it. But he tries to milk it too much. Like he tries to do it too much. So I give him a comfortable price. So he makes his money. I make my money. No issue. But he keeps he milks it too much. Like he does that. Not that that's an issue because everybody's gonna try to do that every single time. Like that's not an issue. But he milks it a lot. Like he'll milk it until he can't milk it no more. So he does that, and then he slipped the book in, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not giving you this book, so stop doing that shit already. Like chill out. Like stop putting the book, stop grabbing that book, whatever. Oh, I'll give you this much then. I'll give you this much. If you add this book, I'll give you this much. Like that's how he does.
So haggling is one thing. It says, all right, I'll give you.
Yeah, but he'll slip a book in and all that stuff. And then there's another situation too, because this happened supposedly to Nerdy Girl too as well. I went to Bronx show. We did, what was it? He was doing the homage. I lost a Silver Surfer that I don't understand what the hell happened, but the Silver Surfer was next to him, and I didn't think much enough for that to happen there. I think he took the book, but I can't really say that he did. But the book disappeared. I never got the book back. A Silver Surfer, a black Silver Surfer, Clayton Crane, 9.8. But it was signed. So that's another situation too. And then that I brought it up to him one time, and he just laughed it off and shit like that. I just let it go. I'm like, I didn't see him, so I can't really blame him. But it was next to him. So now with all this shit popping off, and then him doing the Queens thing, that later on with the situation, me and him arguing, the Queens thing came out with his worker. Then that just set off everything. I'm like, yo, this nigga's just stealing left to right. Like, what the fuck? Like, nah, I'm gonna say something. Yo, Thorough, what you think I should do? Thorough told me, yo, bro, listen, I'll suggest you do this, and that, and the third. As soon as I said that, like, no lie, bro, like at least 10 or 15 people say, yo, this nigga did the same shit, but I don't want my name. Or and Dr. Doom was one of them saying, yo, bro, you see, I told you, but I can't say anything because my thing right now is in process, and they say that nothing can be said at the moment.
Right.
So that's why Dr. Doom never came out until right now that it's public.
So again, that's another thing. Shout out to Toro again. Once people started coming out of the woodwork saying, "Hey, they dealt with Epic, and then everybody just started telling stories. Letting them know what's going on. This is what's going behind the scenes that people don't know. This is what we got to get out there to people to tell
Yeah,
you.
but the problem is that the people that you're saying that don't know, the problem with that becomes is that since the names are not there, and it's understandable because a lot of these people are whatnot. So as soon as they speak against this moron,
Yeah,
I think they're gonna get effed up on their sales. That's what they don't want to happen.
yeah, exactly.
So that's what people don't. I guess a lot of people don't understand this. Like
Mhm.
their sales will get messed up because they're speaking against this idiot, which I don't understand. Like I
People
wouldn't give a fuck.
notified whatnot about this guy, and then they didn't do anything. They're not listening because he's making a lot of money for whatnot, and they don't want to lose him. But
Yeah, yeah.
eventually, people are jumping ship now because they're all doing eBay Live now, and you know how people making money selling books. They always go where the hot platform is, where
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
most money. So if eBay Live turns out to be, up here and whatnot starts to creep down, what do you think all these people and whatnot gonna do? They're gonna jump ship because the money's
Yeah,
here.
and then they're gonna,
They
and
go where the
then once that happens, a lot of more people gonna pop out saying that
yeah,
this dude did this and blah blah blah. But it's too late at that. To me, at that point, it's too late. Like right now, it should have been like, yo, listen, he is doing this, he does this, he does the third, and it should be said now, so that way, he loses the business,
right.
because he at the end of the day, it's not to try to. He should stop already. Like he's lied. To me, he could have stopped this a long time ago. Even right now, he can still stop it. I'll even put it out there. Like, bro,
Yeah,
just give me my books back, or
I
give me the bread, and we'll be done with this. But if you want to take it to court, we'll take it to court. There's no issue. I got the same thing that he says he got receipts. I got receipts too. I got videos of him in my crib and doing all that stuff. And the transactions that we made that were sold, that's something separate from things that I gave you that was supposed to be given back to me. It's called the breach of contract. And then on top of that, if he's been recording me without my consent in New York City, that is a felony. So that's another shit I'm gonna hit him with. So, and he said it on live. You can't take that back. He said, "Yo, I got recordings. Why are you recording? For what?
exactly.
Since when? That's a felony."
If you didn't notify on the recording that you're being recorded, doesn't count. You have to let
Nah,
them know
the
on the
one time,
recording that you're
the
being
one
recorded.
time, the one time he did do that was we already was at a ends of fighting, and the money situation was being brought, and that my wife took the phone, and be like, "Yo, Epic, we know what you're doing, what you're trying to do. Like, stop being a dickhead. You're taking money from us. Like, that's our money. Like." My wife was on that whole shit, so she'll be on if he did record there, she'll be on that whole thing, screaming at him. And he was gonna say something. I said, "Yo, before you say anything, remember that's my wife. If you say something, I don't care. I'm going to jail, but I'm cracking your whole jaw in. So watch how you talk to her." And after that, he just said whatever he had to say, but he didn't say nothing disrespectful, nothing like that. But she smoked him too. Like she yelled at him, she barked at him because what he was doing already is a clown shit. Like why you doing? For what reason you doing all of this shit? Like for what?
I don't know when I watched his when he got caught, he went live, on his channel, and he said he was innocent and this, that, and the words that comes out of his mouth, the way he reacts and everything, I was like, I don't understand. I don't know if he's bipolar or he needs to be on medication or he's taking drugs. I don't know. Or maybe that's just the way he is. But something you
No,
can tell
that's I
something's
mean
not right. Something's
that's
not right in the
that's the
head.
way. That's the way somebody that did what they did reacts.
You know.
He did because the thing is, again, look at the pattern. Look at the psychological thing behind it. When he goes on live, something happened today. He wants to go live 2 weeks from now.
Mhm.
Why do you need so long so he could get his story straight?
Right.
So
Well,
how
come back to work.
what's the best angle I can take of this? Look at the situation in Queens. He didn't go on live right away. He waited a couple days, and the best angle of this situation was you got to take a L, and that's about it. You got to be behind the scenes. You can't be seen with me no more.
Mhm.
That was his best angle to take because he wasn't gonna take the L. So he told his cousin worker, "Yo, you got to take this L and stuff like that. But let's make the story correct." Because now you questioning the dude right in front of everybody. Why you don't do that shit right away when the whole situation happened? Why you didn't do it the same day? Because you had to get your story straight. Now look at the situation with me. All of a sudden you want to pick Brian when when me and you can go multiple times versus each other,
Yeah.
a front in front or in front of people. I don't care. However, but bro, I even challenge him to this. Let's take a lie detector test. Let's go to Queens. There's a Queens Center thing of lie detector test. I'll take a lie detector test, no problem. So how about you do the same thing? Me and you go together and see who stole books and who didn't steal books. So would you be willing to do that, Epic? So you know what I'm saying? Like I'll do it. So now I guarantee you he's gonna come up with some bullshit and not say I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, of course. Anything that's gonna get him in the wrong, he's gonna avoid. He's gonna get away from it because he can't go, admit to anything. You know what I'm saying? Especially he's been on so many times saying he didn't do nothing. He ain't him.
Nah, it's everybody else's fault. It's not his
Yeah.
fault. Nah, he don't do
But
nothing. He's the dumbass.
He could have cut all this off, man. Every time something happened, he would with you.
I even told him a text message. I'm like, not now, but like, what? Yo, you give me my books back. I'll tell everybody, yo, you came through and all this stuff, and I not even that I jumped the gun. Like, all right, so he came through. This situation happened, unfortunately, whatever. But he did his thing. Other than that, he's choosing the hard route because the funny thing with this situation is that I guess a lot of people don't understand. When you give books to people, if you give me a book and you try to sue me for the book, you gotta make sure that a lot of things are in order for you to prove that I stole that book. Because it is a breach of contract. It is because it's verbal. But if we would have had it in writing and notarized, and all that stuff, it would have been a more clear-cut situation. So his advantage is that. That's why he's walking with his nuts out. Because his advantage is we never notarized anything. So it's a he said, she said type of situation. But the more he talks, he unravels and says dumb shit. So that's the best thing. Like, the more he goes on video, I would love for him to go on video with me because I know he's going to fuck up. Because once he's locked up and you tell him the hard questions, he's going to fuck up and say some stupid shit. And it's going to be on video. So that's even perfect because that video that he did with Brian, everything he said was a lie. Everything could be proven into a lie. So it was perfect. Perfect for me. He don't understand how well he did that for me. Because everything was a lie and everything could be proven as a lie. He said that he did this. He said that he gave me the greatest number, that me and the greater, the money wasn't gonna be paid, and that's all bullshit. I don't know who the fuck the greater is. The greater can't sue me. That's another thing, you dumbass. And this is for Epic, you dumbass. The greater can't sue me because I never did a deal with a greater. I did deal with you.
You don't even know the greater's name. So how can you make a deal if you never?
So I made a deal. The deal was between me and you. The only people that can sue each other is me and you. So how the fuck a greater's gonna come and sue me? That's like saying, so the people that owe me, that I owe books to, they could all sue you. That basically because they did the deal with you. It doesn't work like that. They gotta sue me because they gave me the books. That's the right thing. That's the right correlation there. Not a greater that I don't know, I never spoke to, and the only person I spoke to was because somebody, I forgot his name. He gave me Albert's name. I reached out to Albert, and the first thing Albert did was block me. So I'm assuming that Epic got to Albert first and said, yo, don't answer him. Well, didn't get to him first. I guess Albert said, yo, who's this guy that's hitting me up type situation. Once Epic called me or texted me, I think it was, he's like, Albert is not the guy. Ha, 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 laughing out loud. You don't even know the greater. That was said. He said that Albert is not the guy. So if Albert is not the guy, then you're literally telling me I don't know who the greater is. So how do you get on Brian's show and say I knew who the greater is? So you see where the fuck up of his stupidity is. He don't know what the hell he's saying.
Yeah, that's the reason why I had it up just before you came on. So let me just go back and hopefully I can find that part. Give me a second. I think it was this one. Yeah. You see that? I don't know if I got up to the part with you yet. Let me see what part it's up to.
I heard that because I was upset that they said I stole the book when I spoke to Billy. So I feel like I was being set up, or I feel betrayed. I feel lied to. Other situation was the Nick GQ situation, which
cheesy
was
whatnot stuff. Yeah.
But then they were saying like Dr. Voodoo was too many stuff at that same time when everybody was tagging me and posting up. I know it was Nemesis Prime, Dinkies, his whole crew. Because I know why they did it. It's attention drama cells. Epic Nation. I just came out from New York Comic Con, which I had a blast. I was a top comic book retailer at that time.
Yeah.
Still is. I'm not getting affected. The only affection right now is retailers, not customers. But what I'm trying to say is, at that time, my name was out there.
Yeah.
I did over 36 Marvel exclusive with my logo behind the book. So I'm not just a regular retailer. I come from the bottom and I make my way almost to the top. So it was news for them to spread about Epic Nation. Nemesis Prime used to come on my Whatnot show and used to buy books.
Yeah. Didn't
so
I do think that you kind of you got angry, and rightfully so. I get it. We all feel a way when somebody takes a shot at us or a perceived shot at us. But I also think that you kind of leaned into it a little bit, because I think even the Binkies post, there was a mention of like, hey, if you have any info, reach out. At first it was kind of like that, and then it just kind of blew up, right? Even your Whatnot sales at that point were pretty. I mean, they were pretty fucking hilarious, dude. I'll give it to you. They were funny, man. Hearing you kind of just burn a lot of people, but you were even leaning into it on those.
Like, what do you mean burn a lot of people?
Oh man, there were some sales where people would jump in the chat and kind of throw like hey, I'm here. Everybody would start putting up lollipops and calling them lol, this and shit. Like, and we all know what that is. I mean, like,
What do you mean? Yeah, we always.
Yeah. Suck a lolly. You know what I mean? It's funny.
It's like a good thing or a bad thing. It's how you want to use it. Suck a lolly is just a catchphrase we use for fun, for joke, for kicks. If you're having a bad day, just tell yourself suck a lolly. Just a fun thing that I created with what I'm gonna say, my viewers, or my customers, or my friends, or whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's how we create a nice little thing going. And suck a lolly is not a bad. Like if I say, yo, Brad, suck a lolly. If you tell me a joke, if I say suck a lolly right now, it could be like, yo, fuck off, or it could be like, yo.
Well, you know how I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I'm gonna take it as in all reality, as something that isn't that great if you're saying it to me. But I get it. What you're getting at. It's something that you can kind of skirt around with. But it didn't end there. Also, right? I mean, it kind of jumped onto the next thing. It followed you a little bit. It started following you a little bit. The next thing you know, you're kind of bragging about going to the Jewish convention. I'm going to be there. Nobody can stop me. That type of stuff. This is getting to the point where I think everything changed. If you once,
so Brian, I didn't brag about it. I just posted up that we had a private signing with Frank Miller.
Yeah.
And I know the bull shows about what I'm saying right now.
Because I want to explain that, because that was one of the things that kind of started.
You don't have a customer problem. You don't have a retailer problem. I was like, yeah, so what?
You say who cares, but I think this for content. There's people that are doing it for both reasons, but I think
I'm saying, hey, Epic Nation is a good guy. We're gonna work together. So like, bro, it's like you literally just creating lies and lies with fire.
Yeah, and I know, and it's come. I got it. Is what it is, and
so boot with a lot of fire exclusive, and the boot was so busy because didn't have a second to leave. Thirdly, there was no.
Did they get to the part with you yet or no?
Not really.
Okay, I'm speak through it through.
I don't know what the rumor with the minute to what he loves and what he does, right?
Yeah.
And I'm coming there too, but 2 o'clock is a little too early. Zero already exploded everything in the situation, and I think everybody already saw it. I had the videos with him and all the proof when I was offering him to buy him back the books, wherever the creator have, or let's go together with the creator, meet at a police station and collect your books and pay the creator, but he didn't want to do it. I already proved that Sub-Zero just used this little thing as a drama. Basically, Sub-Zero, all these videos Sub-Zero posts on his IG, that's what I bought from my house. I bought these books from Sub-Zero. I already have documents on file for a court case for Sub-Zero. I sent Sub-Zero a total of $215,000 for books. Half of those videos I paid Sub-Zero for, that I bought from him. The ones that he sent to grade him, he didn't give me the books. He gave the books to somebody else. That's someone else. He have their number. He's just trying to get me involved when this whole drama started. He took it off. The whole Sub-Zero situation, yes, I used to buy books from him. Sub-Zero gave me a few books to grade for him. I give it to him back. Sub-Zero start giving the grader who graded the books for me. He said, I'm not going to call his name. He do not want his name. It's not Albert. It's a different guy. Sub-Zero know who the grader is. He have his information. He have his phone number. The grader tried to reach out to him. I have multiple messages to meet Sub-Zero that I got involved and said, Sub-Zero, let's go meet the grader together. Safe place. Sub-Zero owed that grader a lot of money. He gave the grader books. He didn't pay for grading. He didn't pay for witnessing fees. He didn't pay for nada. So Sub-Zero have to pay this whole bill before he get the books. The grader already have Sub-Zero in court because the grader do not want Sub-Zero books. No, I told Sub-Zero, hey, you know some of these books is not 9/8. Now Sub-Zero saying, yo, I give you a 9/8 book. I have this on video, which I showed in my Instagram live stream I did. It's still saved. That Sub-Zero said that all his books that he submitted is 9/8. If it's not a 9/8, we have to pay him for, which is bullshit. He's guaranteeing a raw book a 9.8 CGC 9.8 grade. All his books must be 9.8. So the grader, I was like, when I asked the grader, hey, this how you get all his books 9/8, which I know is bullshit. I submit 50 books, they get all his 9/8s. I get back like 10 9/8s sometimes, bro. And the grader was like, hell no, this guy have 7 5s, 8 5s, 9 0. No book is pressed. He has some 9/8s, but not everything is 9/8s.
Well, there's obviously, I can understand that.
All right, let's stop it there. Holy shit. The grade is taking you to court. You gave the books to the grader. The grader's been trying to contact you. You know what a grader is. You handed to the grader. Oh my goodness.
So that's where he fucked up at, because I don't know who the fuck this grader is. The grader don't got my fucking number. I mean, unless he gave me the grader to my number, but I've never spoken to no grader. And again, look what he said. He said. He said the grader's not Albert. The only person that I think it is Albert. And when I reached to Albert, I got blocked.
Right.
So again, he said I never gave him a book. I gave the books to somebody else.
That's right.
So I'm trying to involve him. I gave all my books to him. So what the fuck is he talking about? Right. I literally gave all my books to him. There's an IG post of all my books on the floor on his house, saying see you soon, Blue CGC. I have not received those books. He said that he gave me books. That motherfucker has not given me not one of my books. He gave me books of his that he was trying to coordinate and stuff like that, like so I can make a little bit of money until my books come, and books that we made deals on. That sell me this book and I'll give you a year's worth of exclusives and shit like that. And when we go to whatnot or we go to a con, you get in for free and shit like that. So I did that. So other than that, he's never given me one of my books.
Yeah, because he
has all my books.
The only person you've been dealing with, of course, is him. That's where the books exchange from.
So there, right there, he just lied. The whole thing is a lie.
And then he's saying, that you gave it to the grader. The grader's been trying to contact you. You owe the money to the grader. You know who the grader is.
And let's do another thing. That you just said that. Let's do another thing. So when me and him was arguing, he did say, you owe a lot of books. You owe a lot of money to this grader, right? So remember, I said, give me $50K for all my books, right? Now you do math here. If I'm telling you, give me $50K for all my books, you say no. But I owe grading $18K. Where the fuck make the assumption here? So you don't want to pay me my $50,000, but I gotta pay somebody else $18K. And where the fuck does $18K come from? Where did you get that number from?
Exactly.
Or from all my gradings and all that stuff. So then that means there's a lot of books there that you just said that I didn't give you books. Right. So there's a lot of books there. So $18K worth of books that I gotta grade compared to the $50,000 that you gotta give me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not making sense. He don't make sense in the math. Why would I give $18K and then take anything else? Then I was gonna take a loss, but you had to give me $20,000 so I can pay the people that I owe, and I'll take the loss myself and I'll restart again.
Yeah.
Because remember, he already gave me $7,000. Right. So I was gonna take the $7,000, even though I didn't agree to this. I'll take the $7,000 because you're not getting $7,000 because you just made me. You made me. No, 7 grand was added to like the 50K. That would have been $57,000. So if you would have gave me 30K, it would have been $37,000. So if you would have given me 20K, it would have been $27,000 because that's what he gave me. And remember, from the 7K, I had to give 15K to somebody else, $1,500 to somebody else. Sorry, to somebody that was already mad at me because the books wasn't coming, and I kept on giving him different dates because Epic gave me different dates and fake tracking. This guy already had it. This guy was mad, and rightfully so he was.
Yes.
Um, then he just wanted out. He said, "Yo, he didn't want to do it like this, but just because it's business, if I can't get him his money, he'll have to sue me." And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to lose him he was a good friend and stuff like that. Let me give him his money. From the 7K, there goes the money. Boom, paid him. That now another dude was like, yo, bro, I gave you these books for a while now. It's been already 2 years, and all I wanted was blue CGCs.
Yeah.
$350. Boom, there you go. And in front of my wife and stuff like that, there was another dude that we had to pay $150, which that was easy. I'm like, yo, Epic, you're paying this shit because you keep telling me the books keep coming, and they don't come. Epic gave me the money right there, sent it to my wife, and we sent it right to the guy. Boom, problem solved. So you know what I'm saying? So when he's giving me money, I'm solving the problems of the people that I'm owing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But there is I don't want to say like a lot of people. It's not a lot of people. It's a handful of people that are still owe certain books because they really want their books. There's a dude that he don't want money. He want his books because he said a lot of those books were presents from his wife.
Right.
And that he took 3 years to hold all these books. So you know what I'm saying? So now that hurts me in a sense because it's like, bro, this guy really trusted me with my books, and he's a cool dude. He still talks to me and everything. We talk to every day. I keep him updated of the situation, what's going on, and what I'm doing to solve it. So, and he's done business with me. I never had an issue with him. He never had an issue with me. Right. This whole issue with the Clinton Crane situation, which I gave him most of both books, was where the problem came into play. Kevin Eastman, I gave him a whole bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that's another thing. He said he was going to get Eastman at $5 a book. So if I gave him 10 to 20 books at $5 a pop, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's good. That's not bad. Then the CGC would solve that. No problem. But he never gave me a value of anything. He says I owe a lot of money, but it's been already 2 years me telling him, give me a list, give me the PayPal, what is it? So that way I know. So how are you going to spring on me a whole big bill just because right now I fought with you and we're arguing, and now we're in two different situations now. Now all of a sudden now the bill is big. Before you wasn't saying that. Before you said we had it, no problem, no issue. Now all of a sudden because we're not good in good terms, now the bill is big, and now he wants to back out of what he got to pay because he got to pay some of that bill because we make deals for him to pay some of that CGC off. Mm-hmm. So you're not getting away from that one either.
Yeah, but didn't he also state on one of these videos saying, "Oh, your books are done. I have them, 90%."
So let's do that one. I told him send me a video and send me a list. To this day, I still haven't got. And just for shit and giggles, because me and him right now, the way we're talking is every single time I talk to him is I want to smack you. So I put my boy to speak to him. My boy spoke to him. He told my boy, yo, on Sunday, I'm going to give you all your books. Just have the $7,000. No problem. He said, send the $7,000 right now. And on Sunday, I'll have all your books. I told my boy, hold on. Look at the pattern, what he's been doing this. If I give him the $7,000 and he don't give me the books, then I lost $7,000 and I lost my books. I'm not giving him $7,000. He can go suck a dick. So on Sunday, if he's going to have these books, I'll give him the $7,000. No problem. Back. No problem. Here's your $7,000. Give me all my books. So Sunday came, and this is after we argued. This is after everything. I put somebody else to speak, to mediate. Okay. That was more calm, more chill, more biased to the situation. Sunday came, he didn't answer that phone. Monday came, he didn't answer that phone. Tuesday came, and he's like, oh, give me a list of the books and stuff like that. What if I replace the books for you? I didn't want him to replace the books because, number one, all my books, I'm not saying 9.8. But all my books were 9.8. You get what I'm trying to say? All my books were minty.
Right.
I didn't have no shitty ass books. I had good books that I literally picked myself, that were pressed, and that they were ready to go just to be signed and ready to get CGC. At best, I should have got 9.6s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I got a 9.4, 9.0 here and there, I understand that that's part of the game. Somebody fucked up a book or whatever. Cool. But don't come and tell me, oh, my books are this and this and this and that and third. And then you're not giving me a list because now you're making me think, did this nigga fucking take my books, switch them off, and then giving me the shittier version of them?
Right.
Because that's where the whole lingo comes into play, that he's saying that he said he will replace them. So I'm like, I replace my books, but all my books better be minty. What? Your books are $2-3. My books are not $2-3. Get the fuck out of here. I got books that cost 15, 20 bucks, 40 bucks, 60 bucks, 150 bucks.
Yeah. And
So where the fuck you getting 2-3? No, he doesn't know this. This is a problem. He's just an idiot because his point is his books, his exclusives cost money, but yeah, books that are that real artists, real big time artists, those books cost shit. They're nothing. So that's his correlate. He don't know about prices. When you do a deal with this idiot, like that's another thing I didn't catch. He goes to eBay and he looks at the stupidest sell, like one sell, and he thinks that's the price of it instead of like an overall sell. Right. That's why maybe now he knows a little bit better. But when when me and him first started, he didn't know about that shit at all. Like the way he went about it was dumb. Oh, this book is $30 because somebody had a shitty ass book on $30, but the book really costs $80. Like that's his. But like a minty book of that version of that book costs $80. But he's giving me the cheapest version, which is shit. But mine's is not shit. So mine's costs $80. I can give it to you for 60 or 50. But I'm not giving it to you for 35.
But according to him, I got him on video in an interview a year ago saying he can go into $1, $2 bin boxes, pick up some books that worth $2 or whatever the case may be, and they just happen to be worth $15, $20. So to him, he knows the difference.
So to him, if it's his books, he knows that one price is up and all this shit. That's another thing he loves to do. But that's a whole different topic of what he loves to do. If he gives you something, he values it as certain things. But my books that are mine, that I value, that I'm making money off of it, he wants to value it at the lowest thing. So if you're telling me that I owe the grader $18,000 and I told you owe me $50, make that make sense, bro? So those books do cost money, because if I gotta pay $18K for CGC all of a sudden, because you never set a price until we argued, until this all broke out. Now all of a sudden a price is out here, but you don't send me a video and you don't send me a thing, a list. So now I have the list, and he didn't know I had the list. My boy sent them the list. We call him on the phone and say, "Yo, you got the list. You got 2 weeks. What we gonna do so you can replace all those books?" He said, "Speak to my lawyer." Banged it. So he made me go through this list to make sure that everything was fine. Customers' books, my books. And what he said was, talk to my lawyer, and banged it.
That means you don't have your books. You don't never
He
have
doesn't
it.
have my books.
Yeah.
Then somebody that's close to him told me that a lot of my books that he had sold it to Hyperbeast, which is a dude that owns a restaurant in Manhattan, apparently.
Okay.
So now that he knows this name, he probably reached out to Hyperbeast because Hyperbeast was talking to me. Hyperbeast was supposed to send me pictures of, I think I have a book. Because if he would have sent me a picture of my book that he sold, I already would have got him like evidence situation that he already sold my books.
Right.
So that would have been a big thing. But I think Hyperbeast went to him and spoke, "Yo, why is this guy hitting me up? I don't know who he is." And probably Epic did his bitch ass shit. "Oh, don't talk to him. He's just trying to be annoying," and whatever the hell he says or whatever.
He probably told him what he's saying on the video. "Oh, this guy owes this guy money. He don't want to pay. Don't talk to him. Blah blah blah."
Yeah, but the thing is with him, the thing with that is it's not what he's saying makes no type of sense whatsoever, because it's like
whenever he speaks, even so many times he's gone on, he just doesn't make any sense. It's like you could tell that he just puts everything in bits together.
No, and but that's the thing. If he don't wants to get on video with nobody else, because if he does get on video with somebody else, whatever he had already set to say, it's gonna fuck up. And you know what I'm saying? Like when you lie, you gotta lie. But when somebody starts, testing that lie, the lie crumbles right away. Exactly. So the problem is with him is that if he gets on video with somebody else, like me, like a nerdy girl, like anybody else, his lie is gonna crumble because you're gonna be like, "Oh shit." And we've seen this in video with him. When you say something crazy that throws him off, he don't know what to do. Like like he gets stupid, like he's retarded.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have no issue. He could get on thing with me. I'm not gonna say nothing. Like I'll let him talk. He'll let me talk, and that's it. I don't gotta argue with him because at the end of the day, if we want to argue, we're not. You want to pump your chest? We can do this in person, bro. You live in Queens and I live in Staten Island. We can do this. Ain't no issue. You know what I'm saying? So there's no issue. If you want to pump your chest, we can pump our chest like men. So if you want to talk, we can talk. If you want to see who's lying and stuff like that, again, I'll take a lie detector test, but you got to take one too.
But you
So
know,
now let's do that.
on the video that we just showed Ryan, you hear him saying the word over and over again. He says it on almost every video. He gets angry. I'm angry at this. I'm angry at that. I'm like, why are you so angry for? What is it that everybody's coming
I
after?
agree on nothing. I mean, everybody is coming after him because obviously what you brought this to yourself. Like you did this shit to yourself. You could have stopped the bleeding a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
I would have never said anything if you would have just paid up what you owed me. Dr. Doom was the one that told me what was going on and set this whole thing in motion because it's like a dude that I don't know is telling me the same pattern that you just did to me this whole year, this whole 2 years, this whole 3 years you've been doing this pattern, and I'm just putting two and two together. And I just said, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to front. You know what I'm saying? Like it had to be on me too. Like I had to say, like I'm gonna break the friendship off because there's something fishy here, and I've been smelling it for a while, and I just didn't want to believe it. So now it is what it is. It's fuck it because at the end of the day, I can hold my own. Like, what is he gonna do to me? Like, he ain't gonna do shit. And what happened was the best thing he could have done is call the cops right away. Like, you come to my house, I'm gonna call the cops. He's saying, let's go to the police precinct. Why we gotta go to a police precinct? What are you scared of? Why you need a cop there, pussy? So like you acting tough and you acting big and all this shit. Like why we can't meet up someplace else? Then he says, meet in my office. Why are you telling me to meet you in your office? For what? To set it up, to put videos, to have a mic there and stuff like that. And what he's not understanding, which we already fucked up on, you're recording me without my consent. So you recorded me with my consent, that's a felony.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna press charges on that one too. It's on video there on Brian's thing. So all I gotta do is just show whatever it is. I'm gonna press charge. Yo, he's recording me without my consent.
Yeah.
Like why are you doing that?
To be face to face with anybody because like you said, pretty much I'm pretty sure that some people that he already screwed over already had threatened him and got their money out of him for whatever reason. And there's no way. The first thing he does is like, oh, call my lawyer, call for the cops. You threatening me, you know what I'm saying? He's playing that role. So he's not.
Well, that's the best route he could take because that's the only thing that protects him.
Yeah. So meet me face to face, or we could. You're not doing that.
Because not the number one thing too as well. I'm gonna put this one out there too. The number one thing he said was, "Oh, if you touch me, I am gonna press charges on you." So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you dealing with a bitch, like he's a bitch, like a rat, a bitch rat. Like you want to talk all this. I never got that even, besides the comic book situation. I never get that from people. I even talked to this about my wife. Like I never get people like that. Like you talk so much crap, and when somebody comes and steps up to you, the first thing you do is act like a bitch. I never get that. I never get that. If I'm gonna take a L, I'm gonna take a L either way. If I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't care who you are, I'm gonna fight you. If I lose a fight, then it is what it is. But I'm not calling no cops. I'm not being no bitch. Come on, bro. Like, come on. That don't make no sense. So, and the first thing that he does is, if you touch me, I am going to press charges on you. Like that's how he said it to me. Yeah. I'm like, yo, brother, you a pussy.
Yeah, he's so angry on the phone, but like I said, when he's face to face, he's totally different.
Nah,
during the interview, I don't know if we get to it, but he said he did mention about the $7,000, and he said the $7,000 you owe him.
Yeah, how I owe him something from him owing me. He gave me the money. I never told him to give me that money. But I'm not giving him that. I'm not giving him that money without him giving me anything at all.
Yeah.
What the hell? And even when he gives me everything, I'm not giving him that money because at the end of the day, that situation is dead. Like, bro, you made me lose customers. The point of that money was to pay customers. That's exactly what I did. Paid certain people that I had to pay because of your situation. Like, this is something I could, like, he not understanding. There's a lot more besides the comic books that I could sue you for.
Right.
You're already fucking me over with customers. You're already fucking my business up. You're already fucking me up over money. You're recording me illegally. You're recording me, and you owe me books. That's 5 things there that I could sue you for. So it's like you're not understanding this. I don't want to take this route because to me this is a stupid ass route. Like it's dumb. Just pay me what you owe me, and we'll be done with it.
And don't forget, he also mentioned that the grader that you owe money to also taking you to court. He said that on the video. So I don't know if you know about that, but he said it. You heard it when he said. He said,
I guess we'll play and see. I don't know how that works with a person that I never did business with. So I would love to see that how that works out. But I will be taking Epic to court. That's for sure.
Yeah. So,
because this is the funny thing. Because let's not put the grader either. That grader is dumb because the grader is the jackass here too as well. Because there's no way that this grader is doing everything for free without Epic doing anything at all, and this grader just doing everything without saying anything to nobody. Like that doesn't make no sense either. So whoever the CGC grader is, he's as much as guilty as Epic is, because there's no idiot in this world. Like let's say an example: would you take my books and just CGC them and stuff like that without me paying you anything? Would you do it out of the kindness of your heart?
I want money.
No. So exactly. Thank you. So this whole thing was being done like that, and I asked Epic, are you sure this is fine? Yeah. He's my boy. Don't worry about it. Just he's a weird guy. I got him under control. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Don't worry. I know what I gotta pay for you. And okay, Epic, you sure? Now all of a sudden, because this whole situation popped off, now all of a sudden the grader's taking me to thing. I never even spoke to this guy. I never made no deals with this guy. I never touched this guy. I never touched this guy. I never introduced him to no books to this guy. So how the hell a person that I don't know is gonna sue me?
Exactly. But according to him, he's taking you to court. He said, not.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
So let me see if I can get him to the part where he says about the $7 grand.
Obviously, that there are people that think that they're going to get better grades than they have, but it's obvious.
12,000 to 8,000. Why would you take $6,000?
It could be hurting for money. It could be hurting for money. I mean, if he's expecting to get 50,000 from you and he hasn't gotten it, I mean, if he's hurting for money and he just needs to pay bills, he's like, listen, just give me this. I need to get my bills paid.
Not a 40,000, 50,000 loss if somebody really owe that money, but they'll put them to court. And the problem is, we said, hey, I'll give you back the books. Give me your list. I'll buy all these books raw for you. All your 100 Scotty Youngs, all your Delado trades. I will do that for you as a friend, as a favor. I know you hurting or whatever with a grader. If you can't afford the books right now, just say, hey, I can't afford these books right now. If you want, let me buy the raw books from you and make some money or work out some payment plan with the grader for books. But Sub-Zero don't want to do that. He want all his book one shot and pay the guy after. The guy's not going to go with that one. The guy
Pause that there.
I have Texas with Sub-Zero.
There you go.
So you saw what he just said, right? With the books and everything, and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
So when I gave him the list, he said, call my lawyer. He saw the list.
Yeah.
He knows, you know how expensive the list is.
Yeah.
So he knows he's not gonna be able to get me those books. He said that I want everything in one shot. Dude, It's been 3 years. I should get everything in one shot. Why the fuck do I gotta wait a day more? Why should I wait a minute more? Give me my shit right now. Yeah. You literally said you got all my books. Look at that. Let's say you got all my books. Where are they? Where's the video? Where's the video of all my books? Just that. I asked him, where's the video of my books? Tell that dude to tell that dumbass to show a video on YouTube on my books. Let's see the bigger lie ever, because I know what my books are. I know how my books look. I know exactly how I give you my books. So you can't come and show anything just to people just to show people, because I know how the books are. What books I gave you. I got videos. I got pictures. So if you give me a book that I know for a fact should be a 9.6, 9.8 because it was crystal clear, nothing wrong with it, and you give it to me at 8.5, something's up with that. Something's going on. So you mismanaged my book. You gave my book to somebody, they fucked up my book, and I'm supposed to be okay with that?
What he's not telling everybody there is saying that you take less money, but he's not explaining. He says, well, you've been waiting for so long, and you want this to end already. Just give me the
reason why that, I'll say that again. The reason why was, again, I was locked and loaded to go to this dude's house to beat the shit out of him. I was stopped by everybody in my corner and, spoke to people, spoke to my father and all that stuff. He said, yo, listen, that's part of business. Sometimes you got to learn and lose. So I took that as all right, so I'm going to lose. but I'm not losing twice. I'm not owing all these people books. I'll take a loss for me because I can always redo myself.
Right.
But I'm not dishing out my personal money that's for my kids and shit like that for other people. I'm not doing that. So he got to pay that. So I told him, yo, I'll take X amount. I'll lower it for him, even though that's a steal for him.
Yeah.
And he continued, and like a dumbass that he is, he continued saying no. He could have took that, and we would have been done today. We wouldn't have been talking nothing like that and all that shit. He didn't take that, and the point was for that to pay everybody else that so I could buy the books back, buy them CGC, buy them thing, and I just got a couple bucks for me so I can restart my shit and just redo everything again. Even though I'm gonna lose really good books that I took 3 years of me for me to gather, I'm gonna lose three good books, but I'll take a little bit of money and I'll restart my shit myself. I know how to do it. I know what to do. I know what I should have done, and I shouldn't have gone through Epic. I shouldn't have gone through anybody. I just do it myself, which I should have done that from the beginning. But I saw the way of the signing was simpler, and I thought that Epic was a good thing to do that with. Not that I'm using him or anything like that. It was convenient to do it that way because I'll maximize, like I said before, the money more. But him saying that, like, you know what I'm saying, like it's just dumb, like the way he just saying it, and it's like it's more to that. I didn't just take the money like, you know what, give me 50, but you know what, give me 40. It wasn't the point to that. The point was, give me this much because I know you're just trying to be cheap as hell and you're trying to stifle right now. Give me this much, I'll pay everybody out and we'll be done. I'll take a L, whatever. Then from there, he thinks that I'm doing that because I'm just doing that. It's not that I'm hurting for money. I just want this done. I didn't want to go this route. I didn't want to go to suing. I don't want to go to court for anything. But now I'm gonna have to because that's the hand that he wants. And then I don't understand what he loses, what he's gonna say, because there's no way this motherfucker walks away with this shit. There's no way. If I when I do everything that I got to do, there's no way he walks away from that. What he's gonna say then?
Exactly.
That the courts were behind. I paid the judge. That's what he's gonna say.
So he's like saying, like again, he doesn't mention why you was taking the loss, But then he even said it. He says, "Oh, well, if you really, want the $50,000, you take me to court." He says it. He said it right there and then. So he's like saying, "Take that route." That's the way you go because I'm not giving you the money.
Yeah. And then on top of that, because even that route might still, because me winning doesn't even guarantee me that he might pay me. Because remember, the LLC is not under his name.
Right.
So let's say he loses. Let's say he loses.
Right.
He don't have to pay me. He could disappear. So then I won for what? What was the point of that?
What he'll do is they'll say that the logo, the company name, Epic Nation Collections or whatever, owes you the money. And all of a sudden he'll just say, "All right, I'm changing my name. My company's not that no more. That's not me. This is my new company. This is my name. So I don't owe you that."
So that's another whole situation because Dr. Doom is in court with him or whatever it is, and I don't think it's going well for Dr. Doom because of the avenue he took. Because this is the problem. Lawyers want 10K for this shit, like for you to do that. And to me, that sounds dumb as hell. Some lawyer told me, "Yo, you got to give me 1,500 in order to consult and do some shit." I'm like, "Nigga, what the hell to consult what? So you can tell me that you can't fucking do this? Get the fuck out of here! Like, you sound dumb. Why would I give you $1,500 just for you to tell me if you can take the case, yes or no?"
Yeah,
I'm like, what the hell?
Free consultation where you guys explain your case.
Consultation is like 500, I think it is. Yeah.
We'll think, all right, we'll either take the case and figure, you got a good case so you can win.
But it shows you how fucked up this country is. Every scumbag, rat, piece of shit in this world gets better treated than the person that's being fucked over. If that makes sense. That's the greatest thing of this country. Every rat gets away with things because it's like you can punch somebody in the face, and the person that punched somebody in the face for no reason gets away with murder because I didn't punch him in the face. What hand did I use? I wasn't there on Tuesday. I have an alibi. It's like it defends the rat all the time. It defends the piece of shit all the time. But that's the greatest thing. That's why he's walking with his air on this thing because the law has him. If I touch him, the best thing he could say is, "Yo, he's intimidated by me. Oh my God, he's scared for his life." He could do that, which he has already proven to do. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm at an angle where I can't do too much because of his the way he is, and that's the sad thing about it. Like that's crazy.
So I want to get to the part where he says about the 7 grand that you
Yeah.
he said you owe him.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Sure. 4 days ago, sure. Let's end this whole beef. Come meet me with a grader.
What is
Sit
he?
down.
What is
Fill
he
out the
saying?
paper. Pay him for the book. And he don't want to do it.
Okay, so you keep talking about a grader. Who's the grader and that you're using to do this? And is he paying for this grading, or are you kind of
Yeah,
like
he pays for everything. He dropped the books out, so it's a service that where say you have 5 Scotty Young, right? And he's going to a con, you give him the books, he go to the con, he pays Scotty Young for his witnessing fee. He CGC the book, and then he charge you $50, $60 a book. All depends on the signature and
did
the artist.
did
Stop that.
Sub-Zero pay him?
There you go.
So look what he said. He said I have to pay for a fee and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
This is another thing. Supposedly, he is a witness under whoever this guy is. So what fee do I have to fucking pay if it was him doing it? he was doing the witnessing.
I'm a CGC witness also, so I know
Exactly.
how it works. I know how it works.
Okay, exactly. So
So
if I'm your friend, if you're my boy,
right,
we're doing business together, or you're just doing me a favor
right,
because I can't go to a con. The same
right,
way, vice versa. If you can't go to a con, I do you the favor.
right.
What fee do I gotta pay? What fucking fee? Because he never charged me for a fee. So why would he say there that there's a fee now?
Yeah, I
What
don't.
fucking fee? So now he added a fee to this.
The
That the
only
witnessing fee.
I've got 1,000 slabs here, so I've gone to many cons and I've been a customer and I've been doing CGC stuff, so I already know how it works. Okay, if you're talking about a signed book, okay, this is how it works. You got a raw book, right?
Yeah.
You go to get it signed.
Yeah.
They sign it. They tell you, all right, is this book gonna be, CGC or is it just gonna stay raw? It says this is how much we're charging. You pay for the signature, and then you pay for the grading. That's it. That's all you pay.
So let's say for an example, because this is the funny thing. I think C2E2, Clayton Crane was someplace else. He wasn't on C2E2. Clayton Crane was someplace else. So whoever this CGC guy is, he was where Clayton Crane was, and C2E2 Epic was there. So supposedly, what Epic told me was, "Don't worry about it. I'm the witness, so I'm gonna witness this, and he's gonna take the Clayton Crane books, and he's gonna have Clayton Crane sign in a different con, someplace else. I forgot what con. When if you look up C2E2 last year
Yeah.
and where Clayton Crane was, that grader, whoever this guy is, was there,
Well,
and Epic was in C2E2 grading my having my books witnessed.
last year I was at C2E2. I don't know exactly where Creighton Crane was.
He wasn't there because the acetate situation was, I think, that's when it popped off.
No,
That was the year before. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so the year before, when the acetate situation happened, that's when he had my Scotty Young books there.
Yeah, because
So
all the acetate
so
books was-
if you look up back, Clayton Crane wasn't there when the acetate situation popped off. So he wasn't in that con. But they were selling the acetate situation, the acetate thing. But Clayton Crane was in a different con. So that grader, whoever this grader is, he was there where Clayton Crane was at. But Epic was with all my books on Scotty Young. Like if I go now, if I don't, I'll show you a whole bunch. Bro, I got shit ton of books. So I gave him a shit ton of books to get signed by Scotty Young. But I also gave him Clayton Crane books, and he supposedly took the Clayton Crane books. I have a text message with Aaron Bartley that he was supposed to do one of those Last Ronin, 3 of the big books, Last Ronin sketches and signed by Aaron Bartley. And I spoke to Aaron Bartley. Yo, did Epic ever give you a book to get signed? He said, no, not really. I don't remember. So what happened to those books? Now Epic is gonna say he bought those books for me. And then the thing is that every single time I had a book, Epic always had like a same copy of that book and tell me, yo, I bought this shit someplace else. That was another thing so that he liked to do a lot.
So he can mix the books.
So
this way, if it's a lower grade or whatever, he takes the higher grade and gives you the lower grade.
That's another shit why I don't do things where certain people don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to throw anybody under the bus. Like, whoever did business with, I rather do the shit myself, like how I used to when I first started, because
Yeah.
it's happened to me not just with Epic, and I didn't like it, and not to throw nobody no names or nothing like that, but it's an annoying thing that happens in this industry, that you give a person a certain type of book, and you you know it's gonna be a good grade, and I don't know if they mishandle your shit or something happened and they don't want to take the blame for it, but I don't like that either. That was a whole, and not just Epic does this.
I
So that was the whole thing.
before I became I was a witness, right? I found out that Clayton Crane was doing like a private signing at a LCS here in Pennsylvania, right?
Hmm.
So it was gonna happen like on a Sunday. So I left here Friday with the wife and one of my grandkids, right? So we got there Friday. I figured I'd just do a weekend thing out of it. So we get there Friday, we have dinner, go to sleep. So Saturday I get up and I go store, looking around, shopping because Sunday is going to be closed because they're going to do, the signing inside.
Yeah.
So Saturday, I buy some stuff. So I wake up early Sunday morning, get there, wait online because there was a line, right? Clayton was late, whatever, this and everything. Now, friend of mine, I told him that, listen, I'm getting some Clayton Crane signing. He says, does anybody want some signed books? So I got a friend, he lives in Boston. He sent me 2 books to get signed. So I took it with me, right? So I get in there. It took a while. They cut off the line. It was a nightmare. They cut the line off. It took me like 3 4 hours just to get in because the first 2 guys I think were working for Scorpion Comics or whatever. First Clayton was late. Scorpion Comics were the first 2 guys there. They got there mad early and they had tons of books. There was no limit on books. So you can just imagine all the books they had. But the guy inside the store, he gets a lot of signatures. So he was getting the signatures first before anybody, even the line moved. So
Yeah.
got in there 2 3 later, right? So King Crane signed this and everything. All my signature books are going to get graded. So my wife is helping me. So my friend who gave me the 2 books, I got him signed. He wanted the Infinity, the red, white, and blue ones and everything. So I did him a favor. I took those 2 books, I put it in my order, I got it graded for him, and I said, "Here, here's your books, and I got it graded for you." And he was like so thrilled, he was like shocked, like he didn't know. And I didn't charge him
Yeah.
shit. I didn't charge him a dime. I did him. I didn't have to do it, but I did it for him. I said, "Here you go," and he
Yeah,
was so.
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
But that's 2 books. When it's more than 2 books, I
Yeah,
get the situation. It was a lot more than 2 books. But the thing is, the grading fee, like, I get you do the grading fee to people, especially people that you don't know, because you're going. But me and him already had it, like, like, he's not charging me. He didn't say nothing about charging me. He knows he wasn't charging me, so he
right.
can't lie about that. So now all of a sudden in this video he throws out that there's a grading fee. What fucking grading fee if he didn't even fucking witness the signature? I know for a fact that guy didn't witness my signatures. So what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, because don't like I said, when you're getting a book signed, you're paying the artist,
You're
right?
great,
And the
and
grade.
you paying a grading fee, which is fine, and you paying a witnessing fee, which is fine. But Epic was the one witnessing these signatures. So what fee am I fucking paying? Where you going with this? Like,
Yeah,
the grader's going off what you saw, and you're giving the books that is being signed. So I know that for a fact.
yeah.
I
The
was on
only
the phone with you. I
the
was
only
in video
person
with you.
that's
You were
making
showing me this.
only one that's making money right there is, of course, the artist who's signing the books. Because you got to pay the man to sign the book. That's it.
And
That's
then
all.
on top of that, what you said, right? If he's paying $5 a book, which I'm assuming he made a deal with him, if it's not because of grading and stuff like that, which it should be a little bit more, then basically he lied to me too as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Say the truth. I never heard. I don't know if maybe it's the big vendors that do group stuff, but I don't know if they $5 for graded books for a signature. I mean,
That's where the whole thing comes into play, because then again he lied to me, because then basically he said, "Yo, I got this dude. I'm gonna do my books too. So we're gonna have him. You know what? Because what he did. That's another thing too. What I don't understand with whatnot, because these guys have to be retarded. Yo, whatnot is gonna have him. Don't worry about it. Whatnot covers everything and all this shit and all this stuff. So the story makes sense. Like, if whatnot has your back and shit like that, whatnot is renting the dude. So you're getting the signatures cheap because the whatnot as a team is getting the dude to get signed. So it makes sense. That makes sense because it's a big thing. Whatnot is a big thing. So why wouldn't they just like Capture Collectibles. Capture Collectibles gets an artist to come over here and do a couple signatures. I'm pretty sure that guy's getting paid by Capture Collectibles, like an example, right? Or he's doing a favor for them as a, we're a partnership. You do this. Can you come and show some love? Like that's totally fine. So it makes sense.
That's who I witnessed for. I witnessed for Capture Collectibles.
No, yeah, for chasing and stuff like that.
I'm a CGC witness. I mean, I can witness for CGC, but I would mostly work out of Capture Collectibles table.
Yeah, I was Capture Collectibles as well.
Yeah.
I was a witness for them too.
Yeah, so that I just started not that long ago. I just became a witness. So yeah, but I've
Okay.
seen how it works, and that we took a whole bunch of books down to get signed by John Carpenter. Like they scheduled the time. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
I have all the books. All you guys got to go down there and meet them at this time. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they schedule times to get book time.
Exactly. So whether it's a favor or you're paying the artist for this.
Exactly.
So what Epic said made sense because that would be the truth. He was using Whatnot as the as that Whatnot is doing that. So he's doing it through Whatnot. It makes sense. Just like Michael Keaton. Supposedly Whatnot was going to get Michael Keaton. That's what he said.
Really?
Which was, if this was true or not, then he's lying. So then basically, you know what I'm saying? Like that, there goes the lie. And I never saw Whatnot doing anything with Michael Keaton, so he lied again there.
Well, no, all right.
So he uses Whatnot as his shield.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know if they would announce they have like a private signing, but I know Capture Collective, they show videos.
I don't do shit in Whatnot, so I wouldn't even know. I don't follow Whatnot. I don't do shit.
Like with Capture Collective, they posted on Instagram, and where they show like there's an artist and they're at a table and they put all the books and you see the artist.
Yeah, sometimes I've seen artists like Tyler Kirkham and stuff like that. Like I've seen them at Whatnot and they don't really post it, but they do post it like when the artist is there. Like I've seen that them doing that, but they don't post it like how you saying Capture Collectibles does because they do it ahead of time. So that makes sense. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But I don't see Whatnot doing it like ahead of time. They do it like right there and then.
Exactly. They do it live.
So that was the story told to me. So if that's a story, a lie, then that can't fall under my presumption of that I misunderstood. I know what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
You said you was gonna get it cheap. Why not me go that route?
So, like I said, if he's using Whatnot, probably is saying, yeah, Whatnot sent me, arranged everything, and that's how he's getting the SIGs and the time, But again, where he says that there's no fee. All I know is you pay the artist who makes money for the signatures. You send the book. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else that has to be involved. There's no, you do a form. The prices for the forms are right there, so you already know what you're paying for the grading, and you pay whatever it is. Now,
that's another thing too. You saying that
the artists always charge more money to get grading, but if he's using Whatnot and Whatnot's making a deal with the artist, all right, here's some money, and we're charging a little bit. That's a different story. I don't know.
That I don't know either, but I can tell you, I do know that he used that as the front.
Mm-hmm. Well, knowing him, you got to throw something out there, So, yeah. So
he could say whatever the fuck he wants because at the end of the day, he knows what he told me, and I'm not stupid, so it's not like I'm retarded or anything. I didn't mishear you, so I'll say this shit in front of his face. Like, this is what you told me. What the hell you want me to do? You told me that when I was gonna do this, you was gonna get the signatures for cheap and all this stuff, and that's about it. Boom. I'm gonna do it. Of course, I'm gonna do it. Why not? Makes no sense.
That's it, because this video yesterday was even. I think he really put his foot in the mouth into yesterday's video where he said Whatnot. I don't care what Whatnot's on my back, or I run Whatnot, whatever.
Yeah.
How bold?
And then I'm gonna come today that somebody's making the somebody made a fake page. Like, shut up, dude. Like,
when Binky put up the that from the website about the court date that he's actually going to court. Somebody's taking him to court.
He already backed out of that. He's like, yo, a lot of bullying happening, and then all of a sudden it's like, nah, that's fake or whatever and all this stuff. And then today he goes that, that wasn't him. Okay, so somebody was literally answering Binky those questions for no reason.
And what you saw on the screen was not his name. It wasn't somebody else's Epic Nation that's going to court. Oh, okay. He's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just all I know is we gotta let people know. Just not do business with him. That's the key. We can't make anybody stop, but we just try to get the
He made
information.
yeah, he made the situation happen himself because he
Yeah.
could have just done what he did, pay whoever he owes, and
Yep.
that's it. Problem
That's it.
solved.
I agree.
But again, because this seems to fall on short, he does have a problem, which is like a gambling problem type of situation. So I don't know if that is why he acts how he's acting. He's just gambling, seeing if he wins, whatever it is. But he's gonna go down swinging in his pathetic rat way. But that's his whole thing with this whole bullshit. So let's see.
Yeah. So I think he's been doing this for so long, and he's bullshitting people and conning people or whatever how you want to call it. Eventually, it's gonna catch up to him. Eventually.
Oh, yeah, That's why I know. Like I know I'm saying all this stuff. Like yo, I want to beat the shit out of him and all this stuff. But you know, thinking about it, sitting down and stuff like that. Karma.
Hmm.
Karma is a sweet woman. He'll get his one day. He'll get it.
They always say, you ever seen
And he
somebody?
playing and he's playing with money. So me, you from New York, you already know you playing with money with a lot of people. Somebody gonna end up
Oh yeah.
taking your whole life
Hmm.
or whatever because you playing with money. So
Yeah.
you playing with money, you gonna play with the wrong crazy person that has nothing to lose.
Exactly.
You gonna meet your maker that day, my friend.
Yep. Yep. Like when somebody's got a scam going, you know,
They gotta think more.
scammers know when. All right, let's do it once or twice and then get the hell out. You know what I'm saying? They do it once or twice, they get their money, and they get the hell out. Now, the ones that keep going back and doing the same thing over and over, they just getting buying their price. Sooner or later, it's gonna come and bite you in the ass. It will come because you
He
keep
knows.
going back, and sooner or later somebody's gonna figure it out. The small ones do it once or twice, boom, they move, they get away, they're gone. You don't see them no more. You know, but this guy,
I mean, he did that. He did it with the cars, so now he's doing it with comics.
yeah, and he found out there's a whole bunch of idiots here that don't care and they just keep buying this shit, and you don't care. I'm like, all right, you want to buy somebody else's stuff, but if it guarantee you, if it was
Again,
that person that was ripped off, they'd be flipping mad.
no, that's the problem. That's the funny thing with people, especially on here and all this stuff. Everybody don't care, nobody nothing, but when it's them,
Yep.
oh my god, they're crying and all this shit, and everybody got to listen to their bullshit. But the only reason why I'm doing this is I want him to talk. I want him to keep slipping up. I want him to say the dumb shit
Yeah.
because when I smoke him, he's gonna get smoked real good. Because I'm definitely going to court. I'm gonna sue him, and he already did a video that is very, very good for me. That he bullshitted everything. So let's see how
all
this
these
comes out.
all these videos, all these things. Every time he goes live, that's all. That's he's putting it out there.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
know.
saying?
I
All
know.
that
I
is
see
gonna
everything.
it's gonna go against him. The people
Yeah.
don't understand that. It's like when people get away with stuff and they're like, oh, they showing like all the money they ripped off, and they showing
Yeah,
their
but I
life.
feel
Like,
I feel I feel like there's a lot of things going on and whatnot that a lot of people are not talking
all right,
that he has real dirt on,
yeah,
and they're not saying shit because
yep,
of that situation.
yeah, I agree. I agree. But like I said, the root of everything is money.
Yeah.
Everything is always the root of money.
But the problem here is I really don't. That's why I did what I did. I don't really give it. I'll take a L, but you know what I'm saying. I'm taking him down with me. I'll take a loss, but as long as you take a loss too, I'm good. I don't give a shit.
What's
Money's
up,
not gonna come and
Marta?
make me and shit like that.
What's going on? Yeah,
But
like I said, I had to get this video out. I can't sit back and say no. At least if I could try to get out there, if I can get one or two people to realize to get away from the guy, not to do business, then that's the only thing I can do. The best thing I
but
could do, and I'll be happy.
bro, I got other things to do.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to get off.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I
No,
appreciate it.
thank you for coming on,
And
bro.
no, got you. No problem. You already know. We'll talk later on.
You got it, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
All right. So, guys, there you go. Had Sub-Zero. As you can see, we went over some videos, some different videos of Epic Nations speaking on his side, and we went over and discussed everything from Sub-Zero and everything. I don't know what else I can say is if don't do business with this guy. Stay away from him. Get away from him. Eventually, you know, like he has an MO, guys. He has an MO. Everything goes good in the beginning. Everything's fine. All of a sudden, when you get comfortable and there's a big deal, boom, he sticks it to you. You know, he's selling books that's not his. You know, there's a lot of things involved. You can see the videos. You can see what he said. You know, Epic Nations and stuff like that. You could see a lot of people coming out and telling this side of the story that they all got issues with him. So, I mean, I don't know. Just pass the word on. If you see him at a con, just then don't let him in. You know, because that's the only way anybody could do anything to him to stop doing this crooked business that he's in. And you could see he used the word hustle. You know, Epic actually, you know, again, if you listen to his words, you know, it is what it is. So I thank everybody, you know, that came on. Again, I'm not that, you know, my channel's not that big like other people. I didn't have that many people watching me. Again, this is not a video to get subs. This is not a video to start drama. This was just a video to get information out there, to warn people about this person, to stay away. That is it. Again, you can determine on yourself by watching the you know, what he said. You know, judge for yourself, guys. That's all I can tell you. So, guys, have a good Sunday. See you around. And like I always like to say at the end, man, the cat is out.